really cool. Mirrodin had some really cool cards. The original Mirrodin. Recent Mirrodin, aside from New Phyrexia, was kind of just...
No, I just want to erase.
Though I love Proliferate. That is one of my all-time favorite abilities, but anytime I see a card with counters or something, I'm just like, Proliferate deck! And it's, you know, it's totally ruined me on anything for counter abilities. Like, it's like, I don't understand why you just wouldn't, like, doing a Planeswalker in a non-Proliferate deck just feels so slow. But like, do you not want to get the ultimate off? Why not just...
I want some lieges.
Hmm?
Like, you know, like the Creekwood Liege and the Deathbringer Liege. You know the Liege cards?
Uh-uh.
They always give 2 different colors, +1/+1.
Oh, yeah.
And they usually start at like a 6 and -4 counters, or whatever.
Right.
As you cast spells.
Yeah.
So they become a 6/6.
Was that,
Are
like,
we
Lorwyn
broadcasting?
cycle?
Yeah, we're
So-
broadcasting.
This is a conversation.
I didn't, I wasn't playing then.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Monkey Business.
Sounds like poop.
What?
That's the business of monkeys.
Well, right. Like if you say I'm gonna go do my business, or
Oh, well, yeah.
so monkey business sounds like.
But I think monkey
Are you
business
saying this is a
just,
shitty podcast?
I think monkey
Thing is
business,
a shitty group.
like, if you just,
Am I
2
notebook
words,
in there?
monkey business, just,
Should be
in my
on the
mind,
top
it's just
right
like,
there.
crazy run around like a chicken with its head cut off.
It's a colored stripey notebook.
It's kind of some chaotic business.
It is a chaos. So, playing with us today, we have Bobby playing Perrin.
We did not get a very good introduction last time.
We did not get a good introduction. Perrin, our charismatic and truly devoted to the craft wizard.
Who is fully decked out.
She's fully decked out.
Oh.
He has a beard like no other.
No,
Sometimes.
Sometimes has a beard like no other.
I'm gonna go sharpen pencil.
He is also the face of our group.
Honestly.
We have Zach.
Indubitably the most fashionable wizard that ever was. in
It is
that
very
world.
true.
Yeah, what's the
Super
status
fashionable.
on that cool vintage T-shirt that you found in like the first episode in the dingy apartment?
You do have a vintage T-shirt. You still have it.
Yeah, of course I still have it. It's vintage.
You're waiting for it to become even more vintage.
Right.
Or
You just gotta hold on to it long
yeah,
It's like a rookie baseball card.
enough.
That's right, you just
He keeps it in a sleeve.
Yeah.
T-shirt
It's gotta be a
sleeve.
vintage
Sleeve. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, we have Zach, one of our all-powerful GMs.
the most all-powerful GM.
Yeah, all right. You keep telling yourself that.
The most all-powerful GM. The most all
Among
I
the
don't
2
know,
most
actually.
powerful, at least.
Most.
I am Adam. I am the actual most all-powerful GM. I put actual in front of it, so I win. That's just how it
Dang.
works. You
Do
should
you
put
have a
actual.
flag?
You have a flag. We have Rainier playing.
Oh, we did this
Scry.
last week.
We did.
I haven't changed. In fact,
You haven't changed.
I have the exact same cough as last week, so enjoy.
Extra good. We have Alyssa, who has currently stepped out of the room, so she doesn't say anything. Playing Ray, and we have Peter playing Jackson.
Yes.
Jack will not be joining us today, perhaps in the future, as Bosco, the ghost.
Is there any possibility he could join our group permanently as a non-Bosco type character?
That's
That's a
Is that
possibility,
really
yeah.
interesting to him? Cool. That'd be cool.
We've extended that. I think. Did we actually officially extend it?
I don't think we have officially yet.
Maybe I'll listen to it.
Yeah, maybe if he would listen to our podcast, he would,
You would know.
accept the invitation.
All right. When we last left our adventurers,
A lot of shit
a
happened.
lot of shit had happened.
Really confusing.
Last week was super confusing.
But
We're
cool.
gonna let you go to another tab.
I was just
pull up the last adventure and listen through it. We'll just sit here and wait. While
Yeah, I think it logged
Go ahead.
2.5 hours.
Go ahead and
so
do that.
were
We'll
real
wait.
quiet for
We'll
about
wait.
2.5 hours.
You know what? You can skip to about an hour in, because that's when the actual game.
Right, yeah, all before that.
Everything else
technical
before that was
difficulties
technical.
and rumors.
So go ahead. We'll wait.
So we'll wait.
Hour and a
Then
half.
they're gonna have to skip an hour ahead through this one while we're waiting for that.
I guess technically they can pause this one.
Oh, right, no, yeah, pause this one
Pause it.
right here. We'll count to 3, or we'll count down from 3.
Do we start? Do they pause at 3 or
Where do
do
I
they
find the pause button?
pause?
They can actually pause any time during the 3.
I don't see a pause button on my
They
screen.
could have. They probably
Is
already
it
paused.
1, 2, 3, and
Probably,
pause on 3, or do they 1, 2, 3 and then wait a second and then pause?
let's see.
I think it
Bob,
should wait a second then.
if you point,
Time is money.
watch your video and point to use your right hand to point to the bottom of your video screen here that's being viewed.
Or we could just play.
We can
Right, come on, up,
This is all
over,
based on the
down.
premise that we actually have listeners who are willing to go through the time.
right, now down, now point down. No,
This
either,
is,
you're not getting it.
we're
Okay,
not-
just
we're not-
pause. 3, 2, 1, pause.
Okay, yeah.
And then we do lots of exciting, funny, unrelated stuff.
Ah, man, that was great. Did you guys hear
All right.
that podcast? That
Ready
was
for
Okay,
some
spectacular.
now
fun
unpause.
times?
Oh, that was
Unpause.
It's certainly not going to be as fun
They
as
can't
the
hear me.
pause.
No, oh no, I've ruined it.
Froze time without the ability
To unfreeze time.
Now that you've listened to the podcast, we'll recap for our own players. And actually, I think the easiest way to do this is to have each person recap what they did. And we'll help out where we're needed. So why don't we go through and recap what each person did last time for
I'll start because we'll then just go in
that sounds great.
some
That's
order.
clockwise.
I just did something. I've had this scimitar since I built my character, and I decided I needed a longsword, so I went to a blacksmith, and I wanted to kind of develop like a working relationship with them, and I think I did that, and it was fun. And I got a longsword, which I'm going to do more damage with.
Isn't it an interim longsword that you're going to trade in for a new different one?
Exactly,
It's like a down payment.
Yeah, it's like a lease.
A longsword lease.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then I went back to the bar, the seance, and I met up with Perrin and decided to help him with his dirty doings. The dirty deeds.
The dirtiest.
The dirtiest of deeds.
You're doing them dirt cheap.
Ooh, that sounds awkward.
It sounds awesome.
Sounds
Accurate.
frugal.
Some AC/DC up in here.
All right, cool. Right, what did you do last time?
I went to the. I heard about some entertainers that were in the area, and I went to go check out to see what they knew of the Ghost Vault, and they directed me to Madame Scrumbly, who was the fortune teller, and I went to Madame Scrumbly, the fortune teller, and found out a kind of like a poem or a rumor or a riddle that said, 2 days henceforth, find a stone with blood and sweat, avoid the throne. So I'm going to take that back.
Oh,
I wrote it down.
sweet.
So I
right.
took that back, and I also inquired after the person that I am hunting, and who murdered my father.
What?
I don't think the other group knows this yet, but he murdered my father, and there was a picture of him, the murderer, and my father, kind of palling around when they were younger, I'm assuming. And she gave me that picture and gave me the letter W and the letter O.
You kind of took it after you interrogated her about it, but I think it was in all fairness.
I kind of said,
Of course.
can I have this, please, now? Thanks. I'm taking it. Thanks, bye. And
Yeah.
she
Also-
also gave me these letters.
She said the picture, it was a sketch, right?
Yeah.
It
it's
was
drawn.
no older than 2 years old.
Oh, so not when they were younger. Turns out.
Well, technically, of when they were young, although I guess it was sketch. Whatever.
Anyway, so I have this. I have a sketch now of the murderer, and two letters, W and O, which spell owl. So I'm not.
No, you don't. They
Spell
spell
whoa.
whoa.
They could also spell
We had
owl.
this conversation.
Or or mo.
Ooh.
Well, technically, the woe spelled W-O is also bad. Well, it's W-O-E, isn't it?
Well, it depends on what kind of woe.
Anyway.
Anyway. I'm curious as maybe I missed it somewhere. What are the significance of the letters? Like she just
She
sold
just
letters?
no. She gave me these letters because apparently my name didn't have enough letters in them. So I don't understand if they're gonna do anything or if I'm just gonna carry them around, or if I'm gonna
They'll become significant in
sell
some
them.
way. Okay.
I don't know what are they made out of wood, metal,
They're wood.
wood.
Small
They're wooden
wood
letters.
What's going to happen is,
I'm picturing like
If you decide to
Scrabble
keep them-
tiles.
if you decide to keep them, we're never ever going to use them again. But as soon as you decide to throw them out, they're going to be key to the next
If
puzzle.
you had kept them,
Yeah, you would have been able to cheat at the Giant Scrabble tournament.
Yeah, because you'd have an extra
Yeah.
W and O.
Yeah, the two most valuable letters in
We're gonna
Scrabble.
purposefully give you a bunch of letters that would be spellable if you had an extra W or O.
anyway, so that's what Ray did.
That'd be amazing.
And now for the real
Maybe we'll
mind
do
fuck. What
What did Jackson?
was
Jackson
up
and
to.
Bosco.
Yes, I took Bosco and went looking for the money exchanger, the money launderer, for the whatever they call the ghost gold.
Yeah.
Found a guy who led me to them after some convincing that our interests were aligned. Went and met
Just
the
a
priest,
picture.
whose name it was, in a church. We had a little bit of discourse. He told me some stuff about, I don't remember what.
It kind of got like it sounded like Bosco and him had some history.
Yeah, Bosco
And-
was a little upset that he was telling me these
Yeah,
things.
that's what it was.
But I convinced them that I was the right person to tell and the right person to try and find the vault, which apparently something had gone missing from and was causing problems with the the ghost money. So we were there, and as he was giving me some more information and an item, he was shot with a spirit dart, or with a dart that killed him. Or wait, no,
It was some sort of spectral.
Priest.
The
I
priest-
jumped in front of the priest, right?
No.
Wait, the
The
priest
priest
was shot
was
and
shot
killed.
and killed.
Or
And then you tried to say Bosco.
he was mortally wounded, and then a spirit dart was shot at Bosco, and I attempted to take him down, but just went through him and then took the dart, which ejected my spirit from my body, and now I have a wounded spirit, which Bosco helped me take back to the seance after getting the final words and item and necklace from the priest.
Yeah, and the priest's last moments he passed on
Something to me.
something is literally what was said, and then out of earlier tonight we decided it was probably a note, but we don't know what the note said.
Possibly dildo.
Yet. Don't ask why it's warm.
It's a note on a dildo, so you wrote it on it. He didn't have a lot of options. He was dying.
Yeah.
It's actually an origami dildo made from
Made from
It's a dildo with a sack. It's called dildo baggins.
That's right.
Oh god,
dildo bagging.
That
gross.
wouldn't hold up very well under pressure.
Wouldn't work well under pressure.
Oh.
So nice.
I know, that's why I was repeating it. You said it so quiet.
It warranted a second.
The second saying.
Second.
Right, alright. So that was a good recap.
Yeah, very good.
Wait, what about parent?
Parent. That's one.
Uh,
I think.
did you hear that beep right there? Is it,
No,
Yes,
I heard
we
that.
got that.
We heard
I
that
heard
and
another
that.
one.
You're getting emails or something.
There's another one.
Yeah, who's
Who's-
Stop being popular.
It's supposed to
You're obviously way more popular than us.
It's supposed to be. Anyway.
It must be parents' good tasting.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be through the
Still a lot of
headphones.
popular.
Are you sure we're talking through the headphones to you right now?
You have a whole other section of chat.
Say something funny.
Something funny.
Stop there.
Move it. It's just a
Don't act like you didn't hear us.
I didn't hear it if you said something funny. Perrin decided to visit Great Vengeance.
on 2 malfeasants that had been pestering city vendors for far too long. In pursuit of this, he decided to set up a plan, met the lieutenant of the captain guard, or the city guard, and conspired to get 2 said malfeasants onto a level of the city where they don't belong.
And I'm gonna help you somehow because I met you up at the bar and caught you on your way out.
Apparently there's danger that I didn't recognize.
But whatever.
Aaron's pretty sure that this plan's gonna work.
Scry's got nothing else to do.
Alright.
So we're all back at the
I'm just
inn
like
right
waving
now.
my
So
longsword
there's
at people
the
like,
bar.
see my new longsword?
So-
Look at it. It's shiny.
What?
Long.
It is long. It's longer than
I'm gonna get a big glass of
Way
wine.
less.
Uh,
And slightly longer than a medium sword.
right now, it is
But not as broad as a
just-
broadsword.
It's not as broad.
And it is
It's
far
more
more
blonde.
legitimate than a
Wait,
bastard.
can you
We're at the
use
seance. I have the room with 2 beds.
can you
because I
use
have
a
spirit
broadsword?
in
You're a
the body.
dude, right?
Well, you don't make it to the seance. Ray makes it to the seance first. So it is Perrin, Scry, and Ray.
Wait, I thought we had made it more.
You guys are.
We were to start.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna do the full rest.
That's right.
Start in the morning.
That's right.
But I don't think we exchanged.
Well, we're.
these.
I mean, I have to wait for Karen to get back.
We're gonna back it up so that you guys can have a chance to come back in and.
Okay.
and
Yeah,
then- and then
okay,
you can
that's
do the
good. Maybe
rest.
I'll
Bosco's
start
not here.
picking my spells for the day.
Bosco is dragging the spirit you back to the seance, but has not said anything to you on the way back. He seems to be grumbling to himself. Ray, you walk in and Perrin and Scry are talking about the qualities of his longsword.
Okay, I immediately go up into my room and put the picture, the drawing, and the letters in my pack.
Okay. You don't say anything to them.
Have they noticed I entered? They're pretty distracted by the longsword. aren't they?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Yes.
I go upstairs.
Perfect.
I go
I
upstairs
think that's a
first,
yes.
and then I come back down, and I say, "What have you guys been up to?"
I got a cool new longsword. Have I told you about it at length?
No, yeah, you must have.
Hey,
Did you find anything out about the ghost skull?
No.
Oh. Well,
I found out that I found nothing.
I have a lead. Well, kind of. I have like a phrase saying. What are those called?
Prophecy?
Parable?
I have a prophecy about it. I think.
Fortune cookie?
But I want to wait until everybody else is back.
Okay. I found out. So I was kind of trying to probe when I went to the blacksmith the alarm that this is causing amongst people. I went to the blacksmith and I mentioned that I was, kind of tied up in this ghost money situation, and she barely fluttered an eyebrow.
Yeah, I
Either
don't.
she's got a really good poker face, which if I was a better D&D player, I would have rolled an insight check, or she just doesn't care. And seeing as though she's immortal, she probably doesn't
Yeah, I
care.
don't think people really
Immortal.
either know or care about the ghost school.
I'm guessing, yeah, humans are just like,
Find out
"Doesn't
about our
fucking
immortal
affect us."
Right.
That's it.
Blacksmith's wife.
Right.
Mortals probably don't even, like, I don't know.
Right. Perrin, did you find anything?
Just the stuff that you expected, nothing real. I spent time investigating those 2 guys. That was all that really came up.
At this point, Bosco comes through the door,
Dragging a spirit.
driving a spirit, who you quickly realize looks an awful lot like Jackson.
Jackson follows.
Yeah.
Jackson follows.
There's a
actually
brief
opens
moment
the
of
door.
alarm and then confusion as I then follow my spirit.
How is this possible?
Yeah, what is going on?
Bosco says,
I shoot a couple of being the half-assed healer that I am. I shoot a couple of cure minor wounds and probably just see it like do nothing.
You just say, "You'll be fine."
Yeah, you'll be
The-
fine.
the
You'll be fine.
floor.
You'll be fine. Be fine. Why aren't you fine?
Where are you shooting them at? The ghost or at the body?
I would think to shoot it at
It's an AOE.
the physical form.
The physical form?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it kind of splashes against him and doesn't do anything.
So I'll basically say, "Just a second, guys. I gotta go take care of something. I'll be right back." Head up, put the spirit in bed, let Bosco dissipate, apparate, wherever he wants to go, and then come back downstairs.
You are unable to grab the spirit.
Yeah, that's why I have him lay it in the bed.
Bosco says, yeah, I don't know what happened. We were
Do you still hear that?
doing,
Yeah.
yes we do. We were doing
I
ghosty
turned off
things.
my speakers. I honestly
How do we
don't know what's going on right now.
Is it from your phone?
I turned this volume down all the way on my phone.
You literally have ghost sounds coming from somewhere in your room.
Hey, don't steal my abilities.
So,
That's amazing.
Bosco, how is this possible?
Bosco says, I don't know what happened. We were doing ghosty things. And,
Oh, is Bosco still there? I think he's gone.
He's the only one that can move your
Here,
spirit form, as I understand it, right?
we need Bosco.
and I don't know what happened, and suddenly, Jackson's spirit is laying in front of me.
But-
He hasn't said a word since.
If you
I
take
saved
the
his life.
spirit out, wouldn't he be dead? Like, how was he alive?
Yeah, I'm
Poke.
not a good enough
Bosco says,
priest,
But-
cleric to
go ahead.
understand how this
So
works.
somebody's using a spirit weapon that kills spirits. I managed to jump in front of Bosco, kind of on accident. And it killed it wounded my spirit and took it out of my body. I don't know how to fix it.
But how are you still sentient?
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't
I
understand.
don't have the answer to that. I just
Bo-
do what I
Bosco
do.
looks at both of you and he says, "Who are you talking?"
How are you feeling?
Whoa.
All I know is that I was told by priest to continue to help out Jackson, and so I brought him.
so
here.
here he is.
And he motions to the spirit on the floor.
We're
she's
talking.
lucky.
We're talking to the body of Jackson.
You can't hear me?
Interesting.
But we can see you. And I'm gonna go up
See
and
who?
try to
Jackson.
poke you in
He's
the
right
arm.
here.
No, the other Jackson.
Can I try and poke
The,
Body
brother or something.
physical Jackson in the arm?
You can do that if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah. And I should say, "Have you seen my sword?" Shing! And I cut his arm off. No, I'm just kidding. You're fine.
Jackson.
Oh.
Jackson is right here.
Yeah, I know. He's right here. On the floor, where I laid him when I dragged him in.
You guys ask him to put my spirit in a bed somewhere so we can figure out how to save it?
What should I do with this thing?
I think Jackson would like that in his room. Let me
Okay.
show you to his room. I'm very weirded out right now.
Yeah.
You show him upstairs.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Bosco dragging the spirit body of Jackson up the stairs.
Meanwhile, I'd like to go grab a hand mirror and see if Jackson can see his reflection.
He does appear to have a reflection.
Okay, now, can Bosco see the reflection?
Bosco still seems to not quite understand.
Oh, I have an idea. Scry is going to run to the kitchen and grab a handful of flour.
Ooh.
And he comes back out to the kitchen and he goes, "Sorry, buddy," and he just throws it in physical Jackson's face.
Bosco goes, "Ah, a ghost!" and he runs away.
Thanks, man.
Wait, so you are a ghost of
Proof of concept.
You're a ghost for ghosts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He can't be seen by ghosts.
I would like
Can't
to
be
see
seen by ghosts.
We
Meta at
It's
this point
not.
say that my character, like I said, has the thing to where wizardly knowledge, where if I don't, or not that one, but if I don't know a particular lore, I know where to find it. I would guess that I
Ooh.
don't know what to do about my situation, but how to heal a spirit, I might know somewhere. I might know where that knowledge is.
Yeah. So you know that.
Is that a check or is that just a quality that you can?
It's a recall lore quality. I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
So I should
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know that what you should probably do in this situation is go talk to some ghosts about how to fix that.
It's called my researcher trait. If I don't know info, I know where to find it.
Cool.
Because
a
they
cool
can
trait,
they can help you out.
So
Ghosts. If anyone knows, it'll be ghosts who deal with that kind of thing more than anyone else ever
so
has.
as my character, I'm gonna say, guys, I don't know how to solve the problem about my wounded spirit. It doesn't seem to be getting worse right now. I do know where I think I can find out how to help, but before I do that, remember the rumor about only somebody without a soul can get into the vault?
Indeed.
I'm thinking in my current condition,
Absolutely. You're
I might
like,
be able, like, if we can get this done fast, because I'd really like to work on getting my spirit
Let's see if we
back.
can trust him. I mean, he doesn't have a spirit or a soul anymore. Is he evil?
I guess we should probably ask, like, so did you end up meeting the priest guy? Because he sounded pretty shady, but best I could gather.
But
Yeah, and he's actually not so much as not really a criminal, but just a liaison between the worlds and helping create contact. He was killed in front of me. He gave me something. Let's see what it is.
You pull
you pull out the necklace that he pulled off of him
you also pull out a piece of paper that's folded up.
into the shape of a dildo.
It's not.
It's not-
No.
it's not
He's got the thing from the kid in Superbad where he just draws giant dicks all the time.
It's just a page
You
full
wanted
of
you to-
giant dicks.
Giant
It's
dicks.
actually a picture of
Is
you
it-
as a giant.
Because he's a priest.
Did he say something about the necklace when he gave it to me?
No.
Yeah, he said.
Okay.
There you
So I have a necklace and a.
Is that
piece
Thieves'
of
Camp?
paper.
Because I can speak that.
Wait, the priest was a ghost,
No.
but he got shot by the same thing that he did.
No.
There's no.
Okay. Make sure.
The piece of paper, as you unfold it, appears to have nothing written on it except for a series of numbers.
A marker. Get a marker.
So you need paper?
Oh,
The combination of the both.
Can you get to that? Oh crap, don't die.
Oh, don't stand on that. Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay.
You won't die. It
Just a
doesn't matter
flimsy
if that
IKEA
one breaks.
table. I've seen these things break from putting magic cards on them.
Adam's not magic cards, though. It should be fine.
Good point. He just had a hair hanging off of his butt.
He's got lots of chewy hairs hanging off of his butt.
I'm betting that is scripture, holy scripture, like page section, or not in that order, like book page section or chapter page.
Or
Lines,
it could
something
be
like
a time,
It could be a time.
a military time, or it could be a code, like a safe
Oh, good call.
one.
That's what I'm.
That was when we were doing
That's what we were doing.
I don't remember.
That being on a piece of paper.
So it says,
The-
Bobby, so you know it says 25:35.
No, it says 21 colon.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on, let me write this down. Hold on.
Holding on. Jeez, hurry up.
21,
35:35.
35.
17.
Is this from Lost?
No.
21,
You've solved it.
35,
You solved
17.
it. You all immediately get whisked away to an island.
We're
It
dead.
sucks.
Everyone's dead the whole time.
Everyone, it sucks forever.
Can't go to limbo. I don't have
There's
the
a
spirit.
bunch of mysteries that halfway get answered while creating more mysteries until you get so bored of mysteries.
The first two campaigns were good, but it's just slowly got
So you quit
worse and
halfway
worse.
through the second season?
Yes. Then he quit doing it halfway through the second season.
There's still lots of the campaign left, but you're not gonna like it. So
We should just stop.
we should just stop.
So. no,
Wait,
that-
flashback.
So hold on, 21, 35, 17.
Correct.
That's it.
Well, there's more blank space.
Yeah. It'd be hour, minute, second.
Yeah.
Are there colons after all of them?
Maybe that's
No, there are
Just in
colons in between.
maybe that's the time of day the
Amongst.
vault reveals.
There are
itself.
colons amongst them.
It's a master lock.
I'll bet we need the flower too.
Yeah.
It is a master lock. That's it.
Do
So
with a hammer.
it's the easy way. I mean, the stupid code. So you, what was I? What was I about to say? Oh, the necklace. The necklace is a symbol of Palor. At the end of the necklace. So
Taylor
it's
is.
like the
Oh
pendant.
god.
Palor is a god.
Taylor.
Can I make? How do you spell Taylor?
Palor.
Can I make a? I mean, I'm not.
I don't know if that's true actually. Is it?
I think it's PE, but
Pel. Yes, that makes more sense. Pelor.
Pelor. I am not
Paylor.
terribly familiar with this deity, but I have. I mean, being a cleric, I have a little knowledge in all things religious. So I would like to make. So this is one of my skills that went from I went from being trained in to then not trained in, but I have blah blah blah. But so it works out.
I don't remember that
Sorry,
new stat.
what?
They changed my stats for so many millions of times. So I have advantage on specifically religious knowledge. It's no longer forbidden lore, just religious knowledge.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I got great. I can either crit fail or get a 6.
You should crit
You should
fail.
go. You should go for the six.
Crit fail might be fun. So with my
You're trying to figure out what exactly with that
Just
amazing roll?
trying to just remember anything I know about Palor.
You remember.
With an intelligence, with my intelligence, it brings it to 7.
Okay, you remember that Palor is a god, and
Uh-huh.
that some people
You
worship
remember how
him.
to spell it.
Yeah, that's about all I get. I'm pretty sure it's Pelor. That's what we decided on.
It is.
You think it's spelled with an A.
Oh, crap.
I'm pretty sure that Palor is the god of chaotic good.
Yeah, but does he know that?
Probably not.
You also know Palor's symbol because it's
It's right there in front of you. It's
Right
actually
Yeah.
the pendant.
My character is
no.
chaotic good.
Your character is chaotic good?
Yeah.
Nice. He's the god
There's
of
also
you.
this one.
And he's yeah.
Okay, it's sort of like a sun symbol.
The top searches are
All wrong.
for like this. Or
not the symbol that I remember learning, but that's fine. All right, that's a symbol. There you go.
It's a symbol that you will recognize again whenever you see it, whatever it is.
I'm like,
This
hey,
is-
that's Palor's
sun.
symbol.
This is a symbol.
There you go. Yes.
apparently this is also one.
And you guys are like, what's Palor all about? I'm like,
He chases
I
you
don't
through the desert.
No, sure.
He's not as cool as my Sphinx deity. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Don't even make me. I don't even want to roll religious lore on my Sphinx deity and end up with like a 3 and be like, yeah, I used to know a bunch of stuff, but I kind of just, I go to church once in a while.
It's not as big a deal
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
You move on to a different stage in your life.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm more of a calendar Palorite.
Alrighty. Yeah, that is what all you got from the.
I will don the necklace.
The necklace's name is now Don.
Well, it's good because it's a sun shape.
He dawned.
It is. Hey, that's funny.
Okay, you now have the necklace on.
Does it appear on his spiritual form as well?
No.
No. Okay.
Although you do notice that his spiritual form is wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
He
Is
was
it
wearing.
upstairs now?
It is upstairs.
We took it upstairs.
I think Bosco stuffed it in a freezer or something.
Oh, Bosco.
Oh,
Well,
I can use some sleep, guys.
Can you sleep?
We'll try. I'm just think I'm a freak, don't you?
I'm sorry. Your soul is disconnected from your body. What am I supposed to think?
Well, we will get up bright and early. I will throw some flour in your face, and we will get this shit sorted out.
He's got a plan.
Did he suddenly grow a goatee?
Who?
Jackson.
Jackson.
Then we know he's evil.
Oh, yes. You're right.
He does not suddenly grow a goatee.
I'm just saying, someone without a soul.
Or he gets a super massive epic scar
You are
over
very
his eyeball.
superstitious.
Starts wearing black trench coats.
That's right. Okay, you guys successfully
Sleep.
go to your beds.
My character doesn't sleep. Instead, I would like to meditate long and hard on just like any sort of like kind of the same thing you're doing. I mean, I'll let you guys, the GM's figure out if this is even doable. But I just want to like meditate on healing a wounded spirit, or,
Yeah.
something along those lines. My character doesn't have anything along those lines, in my special spells, but sort of my wheelhouse. I just want to let what do you suppose I would even roll for that?
Roll wisdom check.
Okay.
Roll a charisma check
How about a 5?
for wisdom.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn, it's gonna be another one of these nights. Huh?
and what were you meditating
Roll
on?
out now.
How
How to heal a wounded spirit.
Gotcha. You
You just happen to have a bar that caters to spirits.
You at the end of the night, morning comes, everyone wakes up. You say, guys, I've thought long and hard about this. We need to find a ghost doctor.
Sounds about right. You can thank me when we.
Does
figure it
anyone
out.
have some ghost band-aids?
All right. What do you guys do?
Go kill a doctor and wait for him to turn into a ghost.
Parents like, on it.
Wait, was that a joke or is that actually what you're doing?
Still decided.
Still deciding.
So when does your plan take effect, Perrin?
Whenever I wanted to.
Wasn't it supposed to be like a 2-week kind of ordeal?
Yeah.
You get a
Did you mail that letter or did you just write it?
what happens? So
You want me?
a dirty, homeless, little, like 10-year-old boy scurries in. You've noticed these children kind of hanging around, and it turns out that in the lower levels, with so many homeless, hungry families, these kids have started a network of messaging, because they can kind of scramble over buildings and swing across. They're fearless little kids. And so he scrambles in and he hands Perrin a note and then holds out his hand expectantly.
I give him a high five.
He smiles happily and runs off.
Success.
You notice
I
your
open the
vintage-
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. You still have your vintage t-shirt. For now. The note says... the note is from the lieutenant that you talked to earlier, and it describes how he has done some research and decided that the perfect place for you to claim to own and to set up the
ruse.
the surprise arresting of these two fellows is a place on the 3rd level, second from the top, last place that anyone can get to without very special permission, called Luigi's Mansion. Luigi Mansion. Not Luigi's Mansion. Luigi Mansion.
Totally different.
Totally different.
It's actually Luigi Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion's a strip club on the 1st level.
Yeah.
Right. It's actually right next door.
Full of ghost strippers.
Yeah.
Male
Green.
ghosts.
Male ghost strippers. I've been there. What?
It's a specific
I
line.
had to check it out. I just need to be familiar with it. Down.
They have great food.
I read it for the articles.
If you go there, ask for Tony. He'll treat you right.
I go there for the chicken wing.
And also, the letter also includes special permission passes for 2 full round trips up and back, because you need to pass a set of guards that will let you in, and then you need another permission pass to get back out. 2 full round trips up and back from that level to this.
They guard you on the way out, so you couldn't leave the upper level if you wanted to.
Well, they check everyone to make sure that someone without permission didn't get in and is trying to get back out.
Man, I'd be pissed if I was an upper class person trying to get down.
Well, no, you have a pass.
Yep, still search me. These like low class guards. Anyway,
That's why the upper class people don't really come down.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
it's authoritarian state. The city's going to crap.
So I forget,
I've always wanted to move to the suburbs.
who was it that learned about the Luigi Mansion rumor? What did it say?
That there was a Duke Ellingsworth who was the one to ask about the vault.
Okay.
That he was the Duke of the Luigi Mansion.
All right. But now this is the place we're going to trick the carpenters or whatever they are.
I think I need to go
To the repairsmen, Snag and Prob. Remember the name?
Although,
Very cool names.
he wouldn't be able to see me or talk to me.
Is he a ghost?
Yeah,
The repairman?
Duke Ellingsworth.
Do we know that?
The ghost Duke.
Or is this a rumor? It might not be.
It could be a chicken.
Turns out, chicken ghost.
Although Bosco confirmed it, I asked him, remember?
Did he?
Are we? Can
Probably.
Can
I don't
any
remember.
other mortals see Jackson? Can Podluck see Jackson?
Yeah, bad luck. Can see Jackson.
I
That's
asked,
fine.
I asked Bosco about Duke Ellingsworth. He said, yeah.
Really, it seems like if you lose your soul, you don't really lose much. You just lose the ability to talk to ghosts.
Who knows what else?
Who knows what
What are
else?
the long-term consequences?
Maybe it gives you really bad diarrhea.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it. It's possible.
Maybe I have severe shrinkage.
So, before we
How did
go,
they find out about these?
I thought we were doing a good job keeping it under wraps.
you guys should know that
I hacked your server.
that I ran into a fortune teller, and this
Fortune cookie.
fortune teller told me a prophecy of some sort. I don't know if it's actually going to help us on this quest thing about the vault, but it says
It rubs the lotion on its skin,
Ew.
or else it gets the
it
hose.
says 2 days henceforth.
Locking myself in my room.
2 days henceforth, find a stone with blood and sweat, avoid the throne.
I hope we're not talking about Duke Ellingsworth. Ellingsworth throne.
I don't know. I don't even know if he has the throne. He could be like Duke could just be his first name.
I thought. Oh, you're right. Good call.
Could just be a guy.
We have
His is
so
just
many
a-
ways to go with
He
this.
does have a castle.
No, he has a mansion.
A mansion.
That's true.
Okay. So, which way do we head? Do we try and figure out how to get?
We got 2 passes. Who's going to Luigi Mansion?
Well, so the way the passes work is they're checked on the way in and on the way out. So you actually have 4 passes to get in, but
We have
then you
no
wouldn't be able to
passes.
get back out.
So,
Hmm.
Or you have
do we
2
know
passes.
from being
go
in the
in and back
town
out.
that if we were caught on an upload level trying to leave, that they would like throw us in jail, or would they just throw us down to the lower level, which is where we're going to be anyway?
You
Roll an honor check.
Yeah. Do roll a knowledge check.
Is
Anybody who wants to
knowledge is
roll
wisdom?
for this.
Knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge.
Knowledge is intelligence check.
Oh, sorry. 14.
14.
Does anyone else want to roll? Bob,
You-
roll.
Yeah, roll it.
You suspect that it will depend on what you do. in
4.
4. All right.
I'm
Bobby.
gonna roll because
Bobby's sure that everything will be fine no matter what.
the
Or
I've always
because
said
I
that.
have political lore, so I get bucks.
I like.
The geography of this city. 4 levels that go up.
Oh wait, what kind of check is it?
Intelligence.
Let's say you're walking in on the road to another city or whatever. Where do you walk into? Level 1?
Well,
So technically, if you're walking in from the road, yes.
Okay,
However,
so
there are other entrances to the city.
okay. Now let's say that I'm walking up. I look up right before I enter the city, and I see 3 rings going up in the air.
Yes.
Each one being a different level.
yeah. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Are there any walls around the edges?
There's
Like, do people ever commit suicide by jumping off the second level? The third level?
the second level people are considered slightly more stable than the bottom level people.
There's no wall around the second level,
We have.
So I could run and jump
options
off.
to egress.
but you could run and jump off the second level.
Just find it.
I mean, no.
Well-
No. There's a small
It's the back
wall
of
that goes
buildings.
around the.
There's
yeah.
the back of buildings on the second level, but there's no wall blocking the tops of the buildings from the tops of. So if any building isn't built all the way up, say it's like a garden or something, there's no requirement that there be a wall as part of that garden.
Or I could kick out a window.
Yeah, exactly. Now on the third level, I have no idea.
Alright, well, let's keep that as an option.
However, the levels aren't just like a story off from each other or something.
Sure. I imagine for the third, we're like 100 feet in the air, 200 feet in the air.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Numbers.
So you have heard around town that pretty much they're happy to let people leave. The nicer looking people who are trying to go to the lower levels and don't have a pass, they just give like a little beating and then send them on their way.
We're trying to go down to the lower levels.
Yeah, but they keep track of repeat offenders, so there are people who do their absolute best not to get caught.
Is anybody friends with giant eagles?
Actually, I have the giant
I mean,
eagle.
a sphinx is my deity, but it kind of does its own thing most of the time.
Getting down should be easy. All we need is a rope.
And a double
Find some
sword and a door
unguarded
jam.
spot.
I think we can. I think a rope's a good idea. What about base jumping?
I don't
Ooh.
know if they have the technology for it yet.
What if we set up hay bales next to our bar and then just like jump into it?
As long as
Yes,
there's
I like that.
as long as an eagle screams right as you jump, I think you're fine. Is what I got out of those games.
What about if we scream eagle?
I think that's fine too. I think that's fine too.
Okay.
You should
Alright.
try. You should try it out to make sure.
Let's just all go, and I could sneak around and see if I can find a way to tie a rope, maybe down an alleyway or something, and we'll climb.
I'm gonna don my high roller garb, my fancy robe, and my Duke signet ring, and look all.
I've got my adjustable cape.
If you guys go, and I'll track you on the bottom, and then if you can signal up to me, I will climb up.
Oh, can you climb?
Is there any way to tell what is below the Luigi Mansion
Mm.
on the second?
Yeah, what's the address? It's 9 3/4.
It was like 4 or something. It was like level 3, 4.
Is there a
on the
map
upper
that we can
levels,
check out?
on the upper levels, there are no addresses.
Like a directory?
You either know there are people who control the directories, but they're not going to tell you anything.
So like you are here?
No, there's no public directories on the upper levels, on the top 2 levels.
Anybody we could talk to that would know?
You could ask around town to see if anyone knows.
Would the ghosts in the bar know?
Possible.
Because they could float anywhere, couldn't they?
Ask the ghost in the bar.
Well, currently you guys haven't opened the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still under construction.
So
What
there
about
are
Pavla?
the only ghost in the bar is Bosco.
Let's go to a bar, kill somebody, and ask their
It's not
ghost.
ghosts. Either way.
You're playing for everything.
Yes.
I would like
That's how
to
ghosts
roll a-
work, right?
I would like to
I
roll a
think so.
check Forbidden Lore, the skill of, do I know anything about my condition? Like, do I have a time frame that I feel like
Ooh, good call.
I know I need to work within or something?
Over.
And what type of check is that?
Yeah, the beginning to
Knowledge
the
of
first business day.
intelligence?
Blah.
16.
16. You know that ever since you were shot, you don't feel especially different, but you do have a sense of sort of something missing. It's sort of a small emptiness would be the best way to describe it.
Being filled with
That-
apathy.
However you handle that emptiness is up to you. But there is sort of there's something missing. There's a part of you that's missing. That piece seems to have grown since when you were shot. You seem to be feeling that more than before. And there's a small part of you, based on your knowledge of magic, your knowledge of the supernatural world, that suspects that the spirit you, who is currently only injured, if the spirit you dies, that you probably die along with it.
How does it die?
Sorry, you were typing? What?
How does a spirit die?
It's a good question.
Yes.
Let's kill a spirit and find out.
I don't think we have spirit weapons.
I'm this close to getting a silver sword. Just letting you know.
Let's
I think you're this close.
let's
Audience at home, we held up the length of approximately a long sword.
let's do our original idea. Let's go to Luigi Mansion and try and talk to this Duke.
Bring some flour.
I got a whole bag of flour ready to rock and roll.
And I think that just in case, I will follow you guys along as best I can on the first floor.
I think we need to do this pretty quick, because if there's a chance of him dying, I mean, it sounds like we might have a week. We
Okay,
might have.
I know
we
where
might
to find the
have 4
information.
or 5 days.
How far away is it?
Which information?
The information on how to like heal my soul.
You have to go talk to some ghosts. You know how to get to them,
Okay, so it's close by.
Potentially.
potentially.
You probably go
This seems
down,
like the most ghost-friendly area.
go down those stairs that we went by before. Do you think you could find those again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have that option.
But if you confirm that the Duke is a ghost, then maybe we should let him.
Problem is I can't talk.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We
I
can,
have to bring someone along.
well, we're going along anyway, so we'll just interpret. Let's go.
Okay.
To Luigi Mansion?
So you guys are going to the Luigi Mansion, or you're going to the Shade?
Going to Luigi Mansion.
You follow down on the first level, but that's 2 levels below, 2 full levels below where Luigi Mansion is. Luigi Mansion's on the 3rd level.
I am wanting to follow them.
You can access the second.
You can access the 2nd level.
Oh yeah, okay, so I'll follow them in a second. But I'm also I'm very intent on trying to follow them, and hopefully that will be enough intent to track them with my tattoo.
You're going to attempt
very
to track
nice.
them with the tattoo. It's clever.
Is there a ghost entrance to level 3 to where the guards are ghosts and they wouldn't see me and we would only need 2 passes?
Largely, ghosts are not
Yeah.
really officially recognized, and although you guys have had a lot of dealings with ghosts, they're
It's
not
really
they're not actually common enough to be.
it's our bar and the
Shade.
The shade.
And what you know about the Shade is that you had to go down those stairs in a very specific way. And although you don't really know what happens if you don't do that,
You die.
you suspect there's a possibility that you go down there and
You
you
have to go
see
in.
nothing, and that you don't interact, you don't see ghosts at all. You go to a different place instead.
A big screen pops up and says 404 error not found.
Broken link.
With a crowd.
I'd like to point out that although you can follow a floor below, a level below, you are about between 100 and 200 feet from
What?
the
Below, yeah.
That's how big of a
Yeah.
gap each level.
It's
is.
not like a floor in a building.
It's
It's
not
like
right.
It is. There are a
substantial-
number of buildings stacked on top of each other before you get to the next level.
That
Right.
is ridiculously
So-
high.
So
So what you're
the
saying
city
is-
of Gravitas is like
Up instead of.
up by maybe 1,000 feet,
Okay.
maybe
So what you're
maybe
saying
1,500 feet to
is
get
you
to the
can't
top.
do that.
No, I'm saying you can do that, but you're gonna have to like climb buildings to get
Right.
all the way
So-
to the top, and you run the risk of falling
Falling off
150
So what you're
feet.
saying is you can't do that.
Just saying. I'm just saying that it might be more difficult. If you want to come up with a plan that allows you to do that, then
If
that's
we're
fine.
gonna use 3 passes, we might as well use 4.
I wanted to paint it more accurately visually.
There. Okay. Yeah. No. Now that I have looked up for the first time, I
For
say,
the
you know what?
last
I
time.
will follow you.
We do Gellingsworth and provide us with passes.
Yeah.
Stories, I guess, was the misleading.
Did we say stories?
Well, they are levels.
They're
There's
levels, yeah.
levels.
Each level.
At
But
some
it
point
is
I heard
misleading. It
stories.
sounds like
Gotcha.
it's one
Like
Those
story.
are
no, it is
incorrect
it
use
is,
of the word story.
100 feet or so, depending on the level actually, because the first level, the gap between the first level and the second level is not that bad. The gap between the second level and the third level is much higher.
How much is not that bad?
It is probably 100 feet between the first level and the second.
So,
The ground of the first level and the ground of the second level.
so what's in between?
A
Building
giant
itself.
stone disc.
So the
That
whole
separates the
city is discs.
Yes, is essentially these giant stone discs that separate each level.
So is it like a pyramid?
No,
It's like
I'm
it's
kind
like
of. I got a sketch. So kind of what I'm just envisioned is like you have like a city block, right? And you have buildings on that city block, and then you have something, suspending the next city block, which is physically on top of.
Sometimes it's
That
the
first
top of
one.
buildings that are supporting it.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And
there's
then-
these giant pillars.
I was only just starting my sketch because I just thought of it. But then,
yeah, because I guess I envisioned it more as expansive, like
yeah.
there might be a second level here, and there might be a second level here, there's a third level here.
No, it's more like
More like shelves on a bookshelf.
Okay, so
yeah, it's more like shelves on a bookshelf.
I follow.
It's like
I,
this. Actually,
So-
see these lamps?
I go with everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the
you
lamps.
You can imagine this to be like the city, and here's the outer wall of the city, and this kind of wraps all the way around, kind of a big circle. And there are buildings that come up just like Rainier is describing. And from some of these buildings, there are just a large pillar, and for some of them,
I see.
there are multiple buildings that are actually stacked on top
There's
of
gonna
each
be like
other.
a
so
central
these are-
pillar, though, right?
Not from
No,
what
it
we've
was
been able
grown
to tell.
haphazardly as far as you can tell.
The thing that you know about Gravitas, which you had learned before, is that Gravitas is there's some level of magical property that keeps Gravitas from crumbling down to the ground, and that allows these buildings to actually support all of the
So
stuff.
you
that's
said there were ways to get between the two. Are they like rope bridges?
There's
There's
special
There's
entrances.
stairways, essentially.
On
They're
the
just
inside,
stairways.
there's nothing in the middle. Like the whole thing is just.
No, there's buildings in the middle.
You mean in between the levels?
Yeah. Well, no, because you're essentially saying to me, I'm hearing this.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's not
So-
rings,
but
it's circles.
Not rings.
No,
It's circles.
it's not
They don't have
rings.
holes in
They
them.
don't have holes in the middle.
Okay.
There are basically like big cutouts of it where there's like a stairway or something, and then they have a checkpoint going
Okay.
in between
Well,
Okay, got it.
in any case, I go with them.
Good. I'm glad we got that figured out because it was a little ambiguous and confusing, and it sounds very cool. I like it. Woo!
So, you guys are going up. Perrin, did you ever happen to send a message to
Back to the
Snag and Prob
Oh.
that they should meet you at your new house?
Yeah.
To give you an estimate?
When I gave that guy a high five, included a little note.
Gotcha.
It
Nice.
said just yes.
It was an extra firm high five as extra payment for delivery
Yeah.
of the other note.
With an intense.
I gave him one of these.
Oh, nice.
Take the pistols.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
wait, let me pop that up. You do it again. Do it again. Nice, yeah. Okay, good. Solid.
Standard business usually.
It's true. Yeah.
Business practice.
You guys head up a number of various pathways and stuff. There are streets that are sort of stacked on top of other buildings, and then continue to work your way up until eventually you make it to a fairly solidly built stairway that appears to lead up into the stone slab that's above you.
It's very large. There seems to be a lot of traffic between the first and second levels.
From your knowledge of just what you've seen of the city, you also know that there is more than one stairway that leads from the first level to the second. You travel up to the second level. You notice that the second level is just largely better quality than the first level.
It's still run down, but it's instead of slums, it's more like when you're in one of those transition neighborhoods where the houses look like they were nice at one point, but they haven't been fixed in a while, and
Yeah.
there's weeds, but it's still nice. It's kind of that kind of quality where they're trying to be more gentrified, but they don't have the money or the wherewithal.
You can see people with kids about and
Safer.
it seems like there's a feeling of the place being overall a little safer.
Yeah.
So people will be willing to walk around and not be so quite as wary of strangers and things on this level. You also suspect that it's probably much more expensive to live on this level than it is to live in the first level.
Cool.
As you travel your way up through the second level, you start to make it near the top.
Oh, do his clothes change, or are you staying in your does Jackson's like
His robes
cloak-
change, and his
Well,
hat
you can
changes.
control it now, right? You can control what your outfit looks like. Crystal Racer outfit.
I've got a cloak.
His,
It'll help me fit in wherever I go.
his crystal brazier cloak does change, comes.
Unless it reacts to its spirit.
It looks before it looked patchworked with holes in it, raggedy, and now it looks like
a simple worn cloak.
they got it at a thrift shop, maybe.
Vintage.
No holes or anything.
Not
like that
vintage.
anymore. But not like a quality cloak that's not especially fancy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As you guys make your way back up through the second level as well, you manage to find a stairway that leads up through the stone slab, but this one is not as traffic heavy. In fact, there's virtually nobody traveling between the second and first levels.
Second and third.
I'm sorry, second and third levels. The stairway still seems to be fairly solidly built, and you can see at the midway through the slab that the stairway levels off, and there appear to be some guards standing up there.
Interestingly, as you're standing there, some of the only traffic you see go through are 9 to 13-year-old boys and girls in nice dress. They look like they could either be from the lower classes of the third level or the upper classes of the second level, and within class structure. And they seem to just give the guards high fives as they pass by. This isn't a constant stream. You see two or three of them while you're standing there figuring out what to do over.
Seeing so, I'm
half
in
an
my
hour.
Duke's garb. I'm gonna attempt to do the same thing. Just walk right up to a guard, give him a high five, and walk past.
Alright. Roll a disguise check.
Sweet.
Are you guys traveling with them or hanging back?
Hanging back.
How about what is disguise charisma?
Disguise is charisma.
Charisma and
That would put me at 15.
Do you say anything? You just high five them.
I just say, "Good day, gentlemen."
The guard says, "Good day to you, sir. And your ID, please."
And I go, "Oh, of course, I almost forgot." And I show him the pass.
The guard.
But I kind of gesture to, like, you know, as he's looking at the pass, I gesture to my friends, like, it's not going to work. We're going to have to use the passes.
The guard seems to recognize that it's a day pass, and seems to have some assumptions about what that means about you.
and then he takes a hole punch. He punches a hole in the day pass.
And I go,
hands it
standard
back to you.
procedure, I understand. I simply have misplaced my permanent ID. You know how that goes.
Yeah, the guard says,
Too big of a house, you're never sure which room you put it in.
"Very well, sir. Well, I hope indeed that you are able to find it.
Well, I'm sure I'll be able to procure something.
Enjoy your stay in the third level."
Yes. Sorry.
Like degrade into scheming right now. Oh, nice to meet you. Yes, this pass must be somewhere.
I got the traveling dignitary myself.
Okay. You go through the checkpoint just fine. They don't pat you down or anything.
I'm gonna do the high five thing.
You now find yourself in possession of one day pass with a hole punched in it. Okay, Perrin, you're doing the high five thing now?
Yeah, just confident. Because I have a lot of there.
Yeah, you roll a charisma check. And add your intelligence modifier on top of that as well.
How about my performance skill instead of my intelligence modifier?
Okay. Yeah, do that.
Silly, he has a bed over there.
I know. It was ridiculous. Stupid dog. Silly dog. Are you looking for your dice now?
I have my D20, which I've used already, with my skill check die. Here it is. Got it. Huh.
All right. You walk up and you confidently do a "what's up" nod at the guard. Give him a high five as you pass him. And he does a "what's up" nod back to you. Gives you a high five, and you keep on walking. And then the guard at the actual checkpoint, not the guard who just got off duty that you gave a high five to, asks to see your pass.
I'll show it to him.
Okay, he takes the pass, and he hole punches it and gives it back to you and tells you to enjoy your stay on the third level.
I don't say a word.
Oh, you know what?
You saunter off.
It's cold shoulder.
Part of my
Oh.
charlatan background is
Stare at him.
you know, it suggests that I'm able to like forge documents and stuff. That's more in there.
Interesting. All right,
Forge
that's
him on the way back.
2 of 4.
How many guards are there?
You can see 2.
So, what does the checkpoint look like? Is it just like a gate with guards standing around?
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a bunch of off-duty guards sauntering around too.
There's sort of a wide stairway that goes up, and the stairway levels off into a flat section. In the flat section, there's
You're at this point. You're in the middle of the thick stone ring that makes up the base of each level.
Right. In the flat section, lit by torches and other things to kind of keep it lit. There is a wall section with it appears to be kind of a smaller door, and then there's a larger door kind of on the outside of it, so that in case they need to move something larger between them, they can open up the larger doors. But right now, the smaller doors are opened up, and there's a small guard booth, and there's a guard standing out by just by the door, sort of checking people as they come in and out.
When I saw the one guard go from on duty to off duty, did I recognize any sort of nods or signals or checkings of ID or removing of tags, anything like that?
What you saw was one guard come up from the second level, come up the stairs, walk into the guard booth. You could tell there was probably some level of conversation or something that was going on, and then the previous guard exited the guard booth.
They were here. I thought they were still upstairs.
Went back down.
Trying to think if I can somehow facilitate a minor illusion of a guard to just kind of usher the other people through.
You think so?
Oh, and you are you're on the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another guard on the other side.
Right.
Checking people. So it's pretty much the same setup on the other side coming down.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm going to risk a minor illusion. It just sounds way too complicated, and if I get caught, it would be a real pain in the ass. So, I should be picking spells.
I'd like to go walk confidently through, and I want to do a low five. Bit of a high five.
Yeah.
All right, roll a
charisma
check.
Take.
What's that say?
15.
16.
Seeing as though we're in a ghost town, it seems like my detect undead spell is going to become extremely useful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should probably be true. He sort of questions it for a moment, but he slaps your hand and he says, "Man, been an abundance of high fives today." And he says, "Your pass, please."
I hand it out like a low five.
He takes it from you and he punches a hole in it and hands it back. He says, "Enjoy your time on the 3rd level."
Hey, thanks.
I would like to approach the guard solemnly with my, my cowl up. And, I don't want to be super noticed, and I want to hand him my actual family ID, which, given my family status, guarantees me permission to come to the 3rd level.
I don't know what this is, but it sounds cool.
But I don't want anyone to know I'm there, and I kind of give him a look like, don't give me shit. You know what I'm capable of.
Roll a cloak charisma check.
A cloak check. Your cloak is super badass.
20.
Shit. Awesome.
Your cloak, as you start to walk up the stairs, you can tell even from just seeing the inside that your cloak takes on a quality of a air of quality to it.
It's not super overstated, it's not bright and flashy, but it is suddenly made of much nicer material than it was before.
As you approach and you hand over your actual family ID,
And my name would probably be recognized. created some stir.
The guard takes the ID from you and has to pause and look at it for a while, and he kind of looks at you, but he can't quite see your face. It's actually very well shrouded from the cloak. And he says, "My apologies, sir, but I need to run this through the registry." And he takes a second and he goes into the guard booth, and you can see him talking to the other guard and kind of making faces, but the other guard kind of waves him through. The guard comes back and he hands your ID and he says, "We've rarely seen anybody of your family stature come through here, so please feel free to mention our quality of service and our we would much appreciate it."
So seeing as though we're on... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
He waves you through and gives you no trouble.
So seeing as though... I was going to say, seeing as though he was on the other side of this gate or doors or whatever,
None of you guys
we probably
see
didn't see it. Okay.
I'm gonna hand him a gold to say thank you for your distraction.
He says, "Of course, sir. We will keep it between us."
Do you hand it to him like a high five?
Uh,
Stuffs it in his pants.
You see him go into the as you're walking out. You can kind of look behind you, and you can see him go into the guard booth, and you see him rip up some paper that was put in there. You make it.
Hey Jackson, what's taking so long?
Do you change your cloak back as you cross through the other end of the checkpoint?
Yeah, as I get through, I'm gonna make it a little less impressive, so I am more the median blend for where I'm at.
Gotcha. All right.
Starbucks makes a good medium blend.
So it's now the cloak is now.
Don't
Median,
people.
not median.
Charbucks.
The cloak is now of a less high quality material, but it's slightly flashier, which fits in with
the level
that you're going for.
I minor illusion a tastefully clothed dancing elf.
That's the only thing you can. Very specific.
Yeah.
Well, I should be able to get out no problem, and I need one person in my pass to get out.
I mean, she's not dancing. She's assuming the persona of like an assistant or like a.
Like a sexy secretary.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's
short skirt.
It's not totally inappropriate.
Just on the edge of
but
inappropriate.
It's just I would imagine people are like, "Dang, she's got it going on."
Lots of like moms pushing strollers will be like talking and then glance your way and then keep talking and then like
Slut.
glance back a little bit again.
That sort of deal. I'm gonna try to work this into my backstory.
Okay, you do that.
You guys might start to notice that it's always the same woman.
Nice.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
it. Oh, very interesting.
It's not like it's just like a randomly generated face. It's the same woman.
Now that you guys are on the other side of the checkpoint, you can tell that the stairs on this side alone are just nicer than the stairs on the other side. There isn't necessarily any extra filigree or anything like that. Just they seem to be in better repair. They're cleaner. There's no, like those dark spots that always show up on concrete and stuff like that. There's like the gum spots or whatever. There's none of that crap. They're well kept. They look as if they are brand new.
They're power washed all the time.
And as you guys climb the stairs and out back into the up into the third level, you can see that the third level actually has you can see skylight coming through the edges of the third level. And the reason for that is that the third level, although it has buildings that do reach to the top, there are not nearly as many of them. And
often the buildings will not go as high and have gardens at the top and things like that.
And you can see that there are 4 very large pillars that reach up and support the level above.
So you said there's gardens and real like now with the light coming through. Can I hear any birds?
You can hear birds chirping.
There are birds in
There,
the
there's
city.
actually a garden right at the base of the stairwell where you can see that people are out and about in fine dress wear.
Can I use my bird call language to kind of get an overall?
I forgot about the bird call.
I don't have to use it yet. I just want to see what what sort of information can I get from the birds that I can hear.
You can talk to birds.
Talk to birds. Well, sort of.
You find that they're very tasty seeds in your red tree.
I had you roll. Yeah, I was gonna have you roll a check for it, like a handle.
Oh yeah, you said you were going to give me advantage on it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Start to
Oh,
the
He
third
did
one.
Bob's gonna be right back.
Would I add a modifier to it, or is that just...
Yeah, you can add your charisma.
Okay, that's 1.
Okay.
So,
10.
10.
You recognize the birds from the area, and you can tell that they're. What time of year do you think? Make one up. Springtime.
It's winter. Oh
Winter.
crap! Wait, springtime.
You can tell
Winter.
that it's mating season. and
You're not really
birds
sure what's going on. It's called
are
sprinter.
off finding mates. Sprinter.
I think that's what we're literally in right now.
Yeah.
Or spring, summer. Or
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That
For
does
Seattle?
We are in
sound
some
right.
spummer weather right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Ugh. Well, that's what it is
It's
here.
almost June, and it's barely 50 and raining.
Mhm. But 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, it was 75 and sunny for a week.
And yeah,
Straight.
and it's been shitty and rainy ever since.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's springtime. In game.
You can
In
tell that the birds are
Germany for Hitler.
You're serious?
You can tell that they're fairly happy, and you know that they are not threatened by a whole lot up here.
They generally sound happy.
Yeah.
Things are good up here for the birds, guys.
Because you can see most of the,
I don't know
of
how
the
that
level,
helps us.
you can actually
This level
see
is for the birds.
a spiral that goes up with the buildings to the next level. So there
There's a
appears
next
to be
level?
there is. You are on the
Yeah,
third
we're on the
level. There
third
is a
level.
fourth level. You can see that there's sort of like a basically think of it like a really thick road, but there are buildings on either side of the road as it kind of travels up into the next level. And there are buildings around the middle of the.
I imagine there's a lot of connections because the top level will be mostly super high class people, and then the shops that they frequent will be on the third level.
That probably makes sense.
And you know that the top level is inaccessible even to the guards.
Mm.
If you put the pieces together, you would suspect that the top level has its own set of guards.
Is there?
If you rolled a 1, you would suspect that the top level is all
Gummy bears.
gummy bears.
Do we know from our knowledge?
Guys, I totally want to go to the top level.
Do we know from our knowledge of the city if there's a ruler, if there's a king, if there's a mayor?
Interestingly, you don't.
Because
It's-
no one does.
It's not really talked about.
Is it a co-op?
Just buy your way into the city.
It's an oligarchy.
So do we head towards Luigi?
I think so. Do we know where it is?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was in the note. Or were we able to figure it out from the note?
Yeah.
Yeah. You head around.
Looks
the
like
city.
it's near the center of town.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go back to the nice music that's always playing from all the people playing lutes. I would assume the music here is pretty good.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
It's of high quality.
Yeah, nice.
In fact, for some of you, it may be some of the best music you've ever heard.
And
Well, I mean, I'm an elf, so I've heard elves play it better, but
instead of bursting into absolutely terrible out of tune, off-key music right in the middle of conversations, you don't even notice the nice music at first because they're so good at insinuating it into the public conversation as a whole that it doesn't interrupt you, it doesn't overpower what you're saying.
I assume they they play music that kind of heightens the situation.
Yeah.
If we're having a tense moment.
Yeah.
Having a fun, frolicky moment. They're kind of, just kind of as we skip along through the town.
In fact, that's exactly what's
That's
happening.
exactly. That song is playing right
How did you know?
The Lost Woods
as your
song.
prologue.
Yes, it is.
I nod to my tasteful secretary, and she minor illusions a gold coin into some of their baskets.
You ass! Here you go. Buy yourself a new house. Just kidding.
It actually clinks and everything, but as soon as it hits the gold, it disappears.
It stays there for 2 days, and then they get arrested for fraud.
But then I have to sit there and watch it for 2 days. Guy doesn't have that kind of time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Classic elf saying. We're immortal, but we say that.
Elves always have time for that.
Alright. You guys head to Luigi Mansion. The first thing that you manage to find your way there without any problems. And as you're walking through the streets, you can see that there are a number of shops that are open. People are milling about. They're having conversation with each other. It's the kind of city where so you notice a woman drop her purse, and a small child comes up and hands the purse back to her, and she thanks the child greatly and then hands the child a gold coin for handing the purse back to her.
Next time you see that happen, I'm knocking that kid over. And hand the purse.
I got it! It's mine! Get out of here!
Should mage hand someone drop?
You can see
Oh.
you can see women with their babies put their baby down and then go and try on an outfit and then go and get their baby again.
I'm stealing the next baby we find.
It's obvious that there is not. I'm messing this place up.
I
They're
love
way too.
you guys are like,
Project.
what is this ghost currency problem? Let's go up to the second level, get the special passes. We'll go to Luigi Mansion. We'll figure out what's going on. Baby!
We're done. I'm out of here.
I'm happy. Calling it a day.
Where'd Scry go?
It's obvious that this is the kind of level where the amount of wealth they have has put them into a
False sense of security.
sort of a ridiculous sense of security. And where it's probably true that there's not a lot of crime that happens. You make your way through town and manage to find Luigi Mansion. The first thing that you notice about Luigi Mansion is that although it is fairly nice and fairly well kept, it is obvious that nobody is currently living. And the only reason that seems especially odd is that there are no houses here that are not exceptionally well kept. And so for this mansion to be just a tiny step below where everything else is noticeable.
It's kind of like the ancient, slightly rundown landmark. That's how it's treated. There's no plaque. There's no plaque. It's not part of a tour necessarily, but it's like, oh, Luigi Mansion, you know.
Is there a mailbox or a mail slot or something like that?
A mail slot.
Back when
What?
Gravitas used to be a duchy, this guy.
What am I up to?
What are you up to?
Check its gender. Shut up.
The mansion dates back from the time when Gravitas was only 3 levels, and it was a duchy, and he ran it.
I just want to see if there's any incoming mail. That's basically what I'm. Missives, postals.
Yes, there is a mail slot.
Like in the front door.
Like in the front door.
Okay, so I can't see if there's any actual mail. Let's see, what are other things? Figure out if anyone would be home. Is the grass mowed? Maintained? Is the garden maintained, I guess I would say.
The grass appears to be decently well maintained, although you can see weeds in the yard, which is different from all the other houses. There's no weeds in it anymore.
What is the bird chatter around this house?
Birds won't fly.
That's kind of weird, guys. There's no birds here. Also, no thieves. 'Cause I got thieves can't. And no elves. No elves either. Except me.
No,
And this young lady,
Are you
give her a little
saying-
smack on the ass.
no elf birds.
No elf birds. Yeah, no elf birds. No thief birds. No elf thieves. No
But we
thief
were-
birds. No elf thief birds.
Okay.
I think I covered everything.
Pretty close, yeah. You've iterated yourself into a corner.
I knock on the door.
Yeah, let's try the knocker.
Hey, don't touch my minor illusion.
It's a face of Marley.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. You can touch my minor illusion. She doesn't actually exist.
Well, you can't touch her.
You can.
but not for the reason that you did.
You may, but you can't.
She disappeared.
Exactly.
No, you just go right through her.
If you
Unless
know what
I
mean.
want to, like, to cause her to react in a way like you touched her.
We still go right through
Might
her.
be fun.
You'd still go right through her, but she might
I
react.
She would
knock
scream
on
while
my
you
door.
Ah! I'm just...
The door
Entirely the
screams.
wrong type of scream.
The door screams. No. No one answers the door.
Okay.
We try the handle.
Is it locked?
It does not appear to be locked.
I go in.
The rest of you stand outside while the doorway grows teeth and eats her and goes nom 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 nom. Yeah, she goes in. There's
I want to
nothing
psych.
happens.
Yeah, I wanted to psych this ghost out because I wanted to walk in and him not be able to see who walked in.
I'm ready for the handful of flour. I'm like, no,
You
no
should've
flour,
said
no flour.
something.
Yeah.
I'm going in too. Yeah.
Is it dark?
It is dark.
Okay.
You
Naked illuminated elf.
Okay. You kind of helps. You are now able to see a little better. You come in and there's a grand staircase and sort of a long hallway.
Better idea.
Opening entry.
Headlights for Hooters.
For Hooters.
Yeah, I like it.
And she just points them in the direction that they
Laser
want to see.
tits.
Yeah.
I like it. Laser tits.
Right. It's an internet thing.
Hey, it's a literal flash light.
The literal headlights.
Yeah.
I get lost in those headlights all the time, let me tell you.
You look around and although the place seems clean enough and there's no mail laying on the floor or anything like that,
Or females.
there's sort of a layer of dust over everything, and you can see sort of those sheets they put over furniture to keep them from getting dusty
or whatever.
Dust covers.
That's over just about everything.
Is there any artwork on the wall? Or like portraits or anything is what I'm thinking.
There's a portrait on the wall of a scenery. It looks like it's Luigi Mansion, but judging from the portrait itself, it must have been painted during a time when Luigi Mansion was on the top layer of Gravitas and not the third, not the second from the top layer.
It got downgraded.
Well,
oh, I see. No, I'm sorry.
Gravitas was not always four layers.
Got it. I'm sorry.
It's been built up to that.
Okay.
So obviously, Luigi Mansion's been there a long time, long enough to have been downgraded in a sense that it is no longer
Gotcha.
on the top
Historical
layer where
landmark
it once
that
was.
they refuse to get rid of even though it's not quite getting.
Yeah.
Well, remember they can't demolish buildings because it supports.
Luigi Mansion is one of the few buildings, even though a lot of them don't reach up to the top, it's one of the few buildings that's just one building with nothing built on top of it.
Ah, okay. Cool. All right, so we're in like an entrance foyer.
Mhm.
No one bang any gongs. That didn't work out for the last team I've seen play. So, and I assume it probably branches off into a couple of different rooms, and there's probably maybe there's a stairwell.
Watch out for the west wing.
So we don't get bored to death.
Oh, West Wing Jet.
Mine was a few things.
Yes,
Oh.
I got that as well.
What happened in the West Wing?
That's where
That's where the rose is.
Oh,
The
really?
beast- The
Yeah.
beast.
That he doesn't allow anybody to go to the West Wing.
Who got the Angry Orchards? Was those you?
You want another one?
The angry
I've
side.
already had 2.
I don't remember which
That's
one
not
was
enough.
mine.
So yes, can I have another
Yeah.
one?
So like in the middle of some point where I was getting up and writing stuff or something like that, I lost whichever angry.
The crisp. I like it.
It is good.
Okay. Yeah, grand staircase. Where are we right now? I think that's it. Artwork on the wall, 1 or 2 paintings.
Anyone know a summon?
Uh,
Sure about Bosco.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use Detect Undead. One of my spells for the day.
Okay.
And previously, that was like point in a direction, and you see. Let me get the actual verbiage. It used to be, point yourself in direction, and for 1 minute you can see,
Undead in front of you or whatever.
Let's see what it says now. It's a little different. Each remaining
When he does
undead.
this, like, I turn into
Oh, I'm sorry, that's
Inferno.
turn undead.
You have turn undead?
I have turn undead.
That's nuts.
Stupid in this town. Just everyone would run away,
That's nuts.
including certain teammates. Detect undead. For 1 minute, you detect the presence of any undead creatures within 25 feet of you. Undead cannot become hidden from you while in the area of your detection. Spell can penetrate most barriers, but 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt blocks it.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of get in the middle of the foyer and focus for a minute, and then open my eyes to, unleash the spell. While grasping my holy symbol of my Sphinx.
Okay, well, the spell works. You start seeing the undead that aren't there
How would you see that?
within 25 feet of you. So if you want to keep... It centers around you if you keep walking?
Yeah, for 1 minute.
Okay, do you want to walk anywhere else in the house?
I don't really want to break off too far from the party.
Okay.
Maybe I'll like poke my head into each adjoining room that we are
You're in the middle of the foyer?
foyer. Yeah, I just kind of like just kind of direct it in one room and then one room and then one room. I'm not gonna go up the stairs because that would take too long.
That's the only picture of the Beast Mansion.
I am also interested into what will happen if I focus it on Jackson over here.
Oh, nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing happens. He looks the same as he did before.
Jackson does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
he's not undead in a like he's dead.
he's alive. He still has a
still
soul.
alive. Okay.
He still has a soul.
Okay.
It's just not
somewhere.
there.
It's just somewhere else.
All right. Well, that sort of solves that.
Um.
And I throw Jackson "You're fine." I keep moving.
You wander by the stairs and well, you notice one of the steps looks a little different.
Hmm.
And
It's an undead step.
you get closer and you go, all right, come on now. And you hear a bit of grumbling and a ghost pops out of the step.
Cool. Which step?
The third one.
I don't know if that's important.
You should make a note of that.
Devil's in the details, I suppose.
Step, day by day.
He appears to be fairly well dressed. He's wearing like a
The nicest smoking jacket.
He's wearing like a smoking jacket and
the Hugh Hefner.
has his hair combed and he's
He actually, it's a slightly longer smoking jacket, and he doesn't have any pants on.
Oh my.
He doesn't seem concerned by this, though.
he's got a ghost cigar in his hand.
He's very punch,
He's sort of
poor
chewing on
pot-bellied.
his ghost cigar. He says,
Goes, ha, 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 ha.
Santa
I thought I was hiding from everyone there.
No one can hide from the Sphinx eyes.
He wiggles his cigar at you and then flicks the ash off into nowhere because it's ghost ash.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask
Duke Ellingsworth.
Duke Ellingsworth. I'll ask. Are you the Duke Ellingsworth that we seek?
At your service, old boy.
You're a lot more animated than we were expecting.
Yeah, let him know we have reason to believe that we are in a unique position to solve their monetary issues.
So we are in a slightly strange predicament. My good friend Jackson
Flower.
cannot be seen by ghosts. Let me expand upon this a little bit, and I pull out some flour. And I just throw it in Jackson's face. This is my friend Jackson.
Duke Ellingsworth goes, "Ah, ghost!" and he runs away.
Wait!
Up the stairs.
Like, he's not here to hurt. You're a ghost. What are you afraid
the
of?
last one.
You know, ghosts are just regular people that are dead. Here's Chewie.
At this point?
Yeah.
At this point, you guys hear a knock on the door.
Behind us.
Behind you.
Okay. Where we just entered from.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you hear a voice say, "Hey, Perrin! You in there? I've already got some suggestions just from looking at the front, but I need to check the whole foundation first."
I meld into the shadow.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Is that a skill? Can you roll
Roll-
a shadow
roll a
meld
check.
skill?
Roll a dexterity check, and you can add your height skill. Or
There's a Chewy on this
sneak
couch.
skill.
How did that happen?
Rid of my...
Oh, chew.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna motion to Perrin like,
I didn't notice.
are these the guys that we're fucking with?
I rolled a natural 20
Nice.
and 26.
Jeez.
Those shadows don't even know you're there.
Is that even? That's even better than Perrin's. He got a 20,
You got a 27.
You got a
7.
27.
You got a 27.
That is pretty spectacular.
I'm gonna re-roll my skill
Did
die.
you add your dexterity?
No, that was just
Add your
natural
dexterity
20,
modifier.
sneak, and... Oh, sorry, 30.
Holy
There you
I
go.
rolled a 30.
That is ridiculous.
Am I being sneaky?
You're
You
very
meld
sneaky.
into the step where Duke Ellingsworth is just...
You trip over your feet.
Some of the flour hits you, and you assume the form of like a Venus de Milo statue.
You're actually made out of marble.
You would actually run up the steps after Duke Ellingsworth. You hear the knock. You turn around, trip over your feet, tumble down the steps, run into a chair, knock it over. The knocked over chair hits the wall and a picture falls down. But it's so quiet, no one has noticed a thing.
And a marching band.
And a marching band.
Hearts around you. I'm gonna.
You're hidden.
You're hidden. You're
I'm
very,
hidden.
you're very
Okay.
well
Hey,
hidden.
pretty hidden.
Good
I'm
shit.
gonna.
On a scale of 1
reform
hidden, you're up there.
my tasteful secretary minor illusion with the glowing headlight lamps. She's just gonna become a center table with a dim candelabra in the very center of the foyer.
Okay.
And I'm
I motion for someone else to answer the door.
I am also gonna kind of fade into the background.
You can roll a sneak dexterity check and add if you have sneak.
I do have sneak.
Why is it doing
Bringing all sorts of
So
sneak attacks. It's
weird.
gonna be awesome.
Bob, what do you see on your
I guess,
screen right
Jackson,
now?
you're gonna end up opening the door.
Do you see
Dexterity.
our
There
Open
you
the
say,
door.
yo.
Why pretend anyone's home?
I see what?
Do you see
The
our
house is
video?
obviously abandoned, right?
R2-D-O?
Do you see our video
Dexterity
yeah.
was it?
as the big thing?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Okay. All
What
right.
is it?
Poke my head out with my face covered
Every
in
once in a
flour
while, our
and be
video
like, "Go
disappears,
away."
and it has this like monkey business, no picture logo from Google Plus.
I've never seen that. Did you click on me?
No, yeah. What's weird is it still shows our video in the mini section, and then when I click on you and then switch back, it shows it again. We'll have to see what the recording picks up. If you see our video, yeah, I don't know, weird. All right. Anyway, continue.
I got a 14 on my sneak.
Oh yeah, you also meld into the shadows.
Not quite as well.
Not quite as well. The shadows know you're there.
Yeah.
You still have no idea where Ray is, but Ray knows where you are.
I look around. I'm like, fuck, Ray's gone. I better hide.
Jackson, what do? Perrin's motioning for you to open the door.
I will take my white face covered in flour, open the door, peek my face out, and be like, "Go away."
Booga booga booga.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
Okay, they go. Hey, where's Perrin?
Shut the door.
They open the door and walk in.
They being
Snag and Crack.
Snag and
Prob.
Prob.
I call him Snag and Crack.
You're right. Clog would have been a better name
For a plumber.
for a plumber.
Yeah.
We can go back and edit history if you want.
nah.
No, I was called the wrong name.
Okay. So they're wondering, Perrin, what you want done to the place and how much you're willing to spend.
I say we'll first take a look around and present me with an estimate.
They look at Jackson,
I'm really tempted to pick a fight here right now.
wondering why he's covered in flour, but they don't say anything.
Blaster, I say from the shadows. But I'm like, Blaster!
Prob says to Snag, must have gotten covered in plaster. Snag says, where'd you get a strange idea like that? Prob says, that guy hiding in the shadows over there told me. But doesn't think about what he said. And you're still safe.
He hasn't actually done.
They start taking a look around, pounding on wall, tapping walls to see if they can hear where pipes are. Snag pulls out a crowbar and is about to start pulling walls down to look behind them, as a good plumber should. When you hear, when the door bursts open and two guards come in and say, "Aha! Show us your passes."
I believe these two men aren't here legally, sir.
Snag and Prob turn and look at each other and converge on one of the guards. Surprising them, ripping out the throat of one of them with the crowbar.
Oh,
The other guard
some Walking
sees
Dead shit right there.
sees what happened and runs off, screaming that they'll be sorry. And then when he comes back, it's not going to be just him. Disappears down the street. They turn on Perrin and Jackson
I want to cast Magic Missile.
and say,
Roll initiative.
"You say roll initiative." And say, "You set us up. Now roll initiative."
Oh,
You
God.
open
Is there
the softer bag
You see what I got?
Yeah.
is
I got
dice, and
a hair
this is
above.
their-
Awful.
Me too.
What did you get, Bobby?
6.
I got a 2.
I rolled a 3.
Oh. Well, I got a 5.
Yeah.
But I am hidden.
You are hidden.
Sort of reasonably well. No one is gonna see Ray.
Who rolled the
just around the
23?
map?
Are you serious? How did you roll a 23 on a die 20?
I rolled a 20.
She's completely
And
hidden.
add
She's
4.
totally ready.
You rolled another 20?
No, I rolled a 19 and add 4.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, you have 20?
23.
You want to roll for both of them?
23.
23?
11. Here's a wall bits if you need more wall bits, and there's stairs too, actually.
Alright, sounds
What a prop get.
I want to see these next to the other ones I built because I felt like I did these a little faster and a little more half-assed.
You have no lights on.
Oh no, they look pretty similar. They're maybe slightly less visually textured.
I think they look darn near imperceptible.
Just shows you can half-ass all of them.
A little
No.
darker.
Yeah,
you
that's
think?
it. That's it. That
So
is
I
it.
put way less paint on these.
Really?
Yeah.
This one's just a little
Yeah.
darker.
Okay.
Or do you want any of the others? I guess this is probably good 48 size. I'm sorry, I still haven't done doors.
Give,
I still haven't figured out a good way to do
Prob
doors yet.
a.
Fine.
Shut up! I know you hate them.
God, I love them. They're awesome.
Snag. Never remember his name. I give Snag a 5.
What if you just
Okay.
had some foam and just
I just saw a really good way to do
Um,
wood texture the other day. It looked really
Bob, you
cool,
got a
but he used it
6?
for like
Yeah.
Alright.
he used it for like
Those are adorable.
it was great. And they're exactly they should be about exactly the same height as they are
Awesome.
distance.
Scry,
Yeah.
what is your initiative modifier?
That'd be a cool option.
I don't think it's great. Isn't that your dex?
it should be listed on your attributes,
Go ahead.
but it's Dex, yeah.
Mine is 3.
So you rolled a 2?
So I got a 5.2. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's also corners now, if you want corners.
Is it corners?
Yeah. Dig deep in the bag. There's corners in there. Just in time, we just first started.
You're a saint.
Oh, this looks so cool.
I'm
I think
good.
there's another 2 pieces.
No, I'm lying. I'm not good. I need a cookie. Desperately need
Pour
a
out
cookie.
some more. Oh, you already
Oh,
have white
I
stairs.
can't get the 2.
Do the white stairs. You can't get it?
Sweet. Yeah, use it all. Oh, so good. Yay. I learned, if anyone's watching us assemble these pieces, I learned how to build minis. Here's a 4. You want a 4?
Yeah.
I learned how to build this kind of from a combination of my own ingenuity and I was watching
No.
a series of build your own D&D minis called The DM's Craft, and it's hosted by a guy named DM Scotty, and he is like a mini building genius. He just takes like hot glue and spray paint, and in 20 seconds he has something you're like, holy shit, that's amazing! Are you fucking kidding me? And like, you know, he's just, I know it's all edited down, so it's, you know, in a 15-minute episode he builds like Valhalla or something crazy, but like, I mean, he's just got a ton of really smart ideas. And so, I mean, I'm just building, all I did was build really basic walls, and I just wanted stuff to kind of work with other stuff kind of easily, and, you know, just a little bit left to the imagination, but you just kind of get the idea of what's going on. And I really enjoy building pieces. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
That's great.
I dig it.
Actually, yeah, use that in the back of the stairs.
We have 1 pieces. Oh, no, we don't. We used them all. Oh, no, wait, there's
There
more.
you go. Perfect.
No, I lied. That's all I used.
Well, yeah. like that. Right?
Yeah. This open. I want to.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
All right. Now you guys. This is
Let's see.
Jackson.
Perrin, you're gonna be.
Jackson is covered in flour and standing right there.
Jackson
This
just
is
had to
Aaron.
open the door.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Jackson's over here. Aaron is here.
We have no idea where Ray is.
Right.
You guys don't know, but we do need Ray to actually put her. So I have it in my hand.
here.
Ray, where were you?
Um,
You were hidden, so I'll let you be just about it.
where's the front door? Over there. I think I want to be.
This is actually not a pile of bricks,
what
but
is
is instead is a
Table and chairs.
a bench,
Oh, a bench, yeah. Bench.
but it's covered in like a sheet.
Okay, I think I'm gonna be over here somewhere. Because that's the grand staircase right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was near where.
Where was the piece of artwork? I was probably examining that.
Over here.
Sounds good.
While you're hidden. Yeah. All right.
It's cool, D20. Are these new?
No.
No, those are cool. I've never seen this before.
Because they're usually hidden behind the screen.
Exactly. I'm getting this out
all
of
right,
such
Ray.
space.
It is your turn first. With your friggin' 23.
That's
This
nuts.
is a really good roll. Okay. So I'm assuming, do I have advantage because I'm hidden? And these are the two guys?
Yeah, those are the two guys. Depends on what you want to do.
Yes, you have advantage. You are hidden.
I'm hidden. I would like to.
You have an advantage with an attack.
Yeah.
And they're, you know that they're angry, wanting to fight. You know.
They just
So
killed
they
the
just
guy.
killed the guard.
They just killed the guard and know that you're the reason that the guards were there.
They
in the
couldn't
first place, or
ingratiate us with the
suspect.
guards if we killed them. I think.
They just killed the guy.
They just killed the guy.
I'm glad they don't have their spiders.
How do I close this?
You have to punch the. You have to pull it out.
It's
There
gonna
you
bite
go.
my finger.
There you go.
Okay, I
And
think
then
my
just-
main goal right now. Which way is he facing?
That way.
He's facing that direction.
Yes, he's facing. No, he's looking at Perrin. Perrin's the zebra.
Where's
There you go. Perfect. Just sit down. Yes. What was it? Oh, never mind.
I just don't know.
I just don't know. Whoa, whoa,
You want to kill him?
oh.
You'll pull the camera.
I mean, we'll let them
Yeah.
die.
Yeah,
I'm going to in a moment.
Guard with us in here. That implicates us. We need to stop them.
Okay.
Plus,
Okay.
they have giant spiders. We need to kill them before they find the giant spiders.
Okay, then I'd like to sneakily, if I can, sneak closer to him.
Sneak.
Sneak
Yes.
closer.
You have to roll to sneak.
What do I have to roll to sneak?
A charisma. No. You would have to roll a dexterity, and then if you have, do you have a sneak? Yes, add your sneak. Dexterity check with sneak.
17 plus
Wow,
4 plus. But I can roll 6
You're
So
trolling a
choice up.
D15 through 20. Aren't
You managed to sneak up right next to him, and he doesn't notice.
Okay. I would like
you?
to.
Move your guy.
Yeah, move your guy. Yeah.
And then I'd like to hit him with an attack.
Cut a bitch.
Okay, go ahead.
And I would like to, if I can, acquire disadvantage to add a sneak attack damage.
Yes.
Chewie looks totally
So
stacked.
just roll your attack without advantage. So you have advantage right now because you're sneaking.
Right.
So if you take disadvantage,
So
it
just roll
means
my
that
attack.
you're just rolling like that.
Okay. So normal is
Interesting.
a d20
Let's
plus
get some
5.
of this stuff out of here.
It's probably a good idea.
There's just a lot of
A 12
detritus.
for the first hand,
This is great.
and another 12. Does a 12 hit him?
It does not. But because you didn't hit him with either attack, you are not revealed.
And in fact, you still have some of your move left, so if you want to move away, you can probably move away without incurring an attack of opportunity because he doesn't know you're there.
I thought you couldn't do that.
Okay, no.
Move away
Split
without-
moves?
I thought you couldn't.
You can now, in next, you can split moves.
Yeah. You couldn't previously.
In 4th Ed, you cannot. In next, you can make whatever movements you want at any point as long as it fits within the actions you've already done.
Including drawing a potion or retrieving an item.
Yep.
But at the sacrifice of you lose a minor action.
Or
Well,
doing a move from thriller.
So
Ray
there's no minor action.
Right, exactly.
Ray was conflicted. Wasn't really paying attention to the intention. If we wanted to bind them up so that we can hand them over to the police or kill them. So she was conflicted in her thoughts and missed with her attacks and backed away slowly. But since she was so sneaky, no one saw her even attempt the attack.
Nice.
There's a doorway. Let's see.
She hobbled backwards like ninja.
Okay, it is Prob's turn. Prob is the diamond, right? Tetrahedron. You wanna hold this?
Prob pulls out some. Prob pulls out a plumbing snake.
Oh, is he in
And
Indiana Jones some shit?
and he
Not a real snake.
I know.
moves forward and then attacks Perrin with a plumbing snake.
From there?
Yes.
I can't see where people are.
Yeah, I'll fix that right now. At least I'll attempt to fix it right now.
It misses.
Perrin, what's your AC?
12.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
I really should cast
Wow.
my armor.
I like it. It's like right in the battle of D&D.
Perrin, this guy is.
Looks like- Oh, I thought they rolled a 1. I was pretty happy about that.
They did not. That is a D8.
Can we replace them with chess pieces?
You can roll the D8 again.
You can. Do you want to?
You can roll the d8 again.
Well, that'd be the damage he does.
I'll take the 1.
You don't want me to roll it again? What is
You
your
can roll it
AC?
as many times as you want.
Here,
12.
what is your AC? 12?
Yeah, he hits you. He's gonna do 3 damage to you. Plus, you feel a little gross because you're not really sure where that plumbing snake is.
Oh, gnarly.
Man.
Aw, I think I feel gross because I know exactly where it's been.
Considering we got in a fight with some ninja monkeys and then ended us in a giant pile of shit, shouldn't be too disturbing.
We do have some pretty thick skin against shit and shit.
Shit and shit.
In fact, shooting
It's
the
like-
shit.
Compared to being in a dungeon having poof throwing poo flung at us, this is just a walk in the
But
park.
I like this actually.
You're okay just holding it.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
shaky.
Shaky.
You have one of. Oh wait.
Do you want a stack of books to set it on? That was my solution last time.
I can try hanging it. We'll see. As long as everyone's fine with here, I'll switch it to Bobby so that no one throws up while they're watching this.
Sorry, I just do that sometimes.
My bad.
Except me. I myself.
Here.
Well, we have a box. Maybe we just put it on the box there.
Yes.
Organic Orchard Hard
I
Cider.
have to cover up.
As good a
That's
hard
fine.
cider as it is a place to put your webcam to film D&D podcast.
There we go.
The official slogan of Organic Orchard Hard Cider. It's not a great slogan, but it
the
is a
official
slogan.
Orchard, Angry Orchard, feel free to send many free packs to Monkey
It's like
Business.
perfect. Maybe zoom out a little bit.
We could be your official.
That was
That could be our
possible,
official
but I didn't
drink
do it.
Well then,
every week.
skew a little bit. Oh yeah, good. Love it.
There, that's pretty close to
Yeah,
everyone.
that's pretty good.
All right. Whose turn is it?
It's my turn, I think.
The best camera angle I've ever had.
I know.
It's
It's actually pretty good.
right up in all of the goodness. Hope everyone enjoys my minis. I made all that.
Dude, they look sick.
With the exception of the little zebra
They're
stuff.
so good.
I did the walls.
I painted that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
painted
That's
that.
excellent.
That's not what she looks like. That's from the last one.
I have aspirations to make a character out of like construction paper and magic cards and stuff, but when I say I'm lazy, I'm pretty.
Okay, all of it has happened with Prob,
You know this.
right? It's Jackson.
Steven.
Prob's done.
Prob's done.
Jackson's turn.
Okay.
Well, I mean, on some levels, if you screw this up, it actually looks fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to do like a little like paper mini character, you're
A lot
gonna have
more
to be
detail, yeah.
super meticulous,
That's
I
true.
would think.
And I want to do Thunderwave Cone to hit with these guys.
Nice. All right.
And each creature in a 15-foot cone originating from you must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, creature takes 3d8 thunder damage and is pushed 15 feet away from you. On a successful one,
Did you say a 15-foot cone?
yeah. So, 1, 2. Oh, that won't work. Will it?
Yeah, it won't hit him, but it'll hit. It'll certainly hit Prob.
Probably.
It won't hit.
Yeah,
It won't hit Snag.
this is really cool.
Although
Yeah.
if I go here,
I
would
picture
that create an opportunity?
Veritas, I'm sorry, Gravitas,
Yes, because you move away.
as a lot like
away
the
from
new
spot
magic
he controls. Or
set,
has.
which I'm pulling a lot of
Actually,
inspiration from.
Because it would push.
Ravnica.
This is,
He doesn't threaten reach.
in my mind, this is the uppest
That's a
most.
separate thing.
Yeah,
That's
I like it.
separate, so he has reach, but he doesn't threaten reach.
So
That's
push is
separate.
15 feet.
I don't know if it's still separate. It wasn't fourth. I think it's
Yeah.
still separate.
I'm gonna assume it is.
My guess is it is, yeah.
Look that up later. It may just not have holes.
For what?
Reach.
Threatening reach.
Oh.
Push them close to each other, yo.
What'd you say? Oh, push them close to each other. That's a good idea. Then you can hit him again later. Both of them. You done with your memo yet, Bob?
Nope. Be up late tonight.
Sorry.
Tomorrow. Early tonight.
Early tomorrow.
I'm tempted to put him to sleep and then just all focus on the other guy.
How long does sleep last?
Like an hour, I think.
Charm lasts an hour.
I thought sleep lasted 1 minute because we used it on the big guard dude, which seems like a really small.
It's actually a long time because each round is 6 seconds.
I suppose that's true. but
So it's 10 rounds.
a 1 minute nap.
Sleep is
Yes,
1 minute.
yeah,
yeah.
that's 1 minute.
That's enough time to like fall over and fall asleep, and someone to be like,
That's enough for 10 turns.
A 10
Oh
round.
man.
Yeah.
Sleep's way better than charm.
What's charm?
It's for an hour, but sleep like definitely affects somebody.
Oh, nice.
Advantage means they get to go twice, right?
Means they roll twice and take the best roll.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Reach rolls, but you're fine.
I was thinking I'd go here and do my Thunder Wave and like push because if it pushes him 15 feet into this, it should do extra damage, right?
Like, probably trip over it.
Yeah, it'll
It's
knock
a
him.
bench.
It'll
It'll,
make him go prone.
it'll knock
Yeah,
him
might knock him
prone.
Probably not him
It
prone.
might knock him prone into Perrin, actually. You have to watch out for that. If it trips over the arm and then falls down the side of the couch, the bench thing.
Get alley-oop him like a wrestler.
Do you want to try and do that? You can. I'll let you roll a dexterity check right now. No,
if you go here, couldn't you Thunder Wave both of them? Because it's a cone, right? Bonk, 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 or
It's
you know,
15-foot cone.
Yeah, 15 doesn't work.
if you
Not
did it
close enough.
right.
No, it doesn't.
no.
No,
Unfortunately,
no,
that's
I got it.
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
We haven't fought anybody in a while.
One.
It's like,
So he
So from
stands.
here, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't go diagonal to diagonal.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, it's a little bit less than that. If you want to do that and push him over the bench, I'll let Perrin roll a dexterity check to alley-oop him for more damage. But that'll be Perrin's move.
Wow.
Because Perrin's right after you.
Wow, I can choose 100 feet of roll
Yeah.
5d8 for sleep?
Yeah, dude, sleep's sick.
Sleep is like.
Is it a
bonkers
daily?
spell.
Is it a daily?
Yeah, it's a first level spell.
First level, that's nuts.
Should I cast sleep and just try and put them both to sleep? Because if we succeed at either one, then
Yeah, I
can
think
fight
that
one at a
sounds
time.
right to me.
Or I suppose we could bind them and turn them into the guards and not have a murderer on our hands, whether it be in self-defense or not.
I think sleep. Sure.
I mean, Thunderwave does 3d8 damage.
Plus whatever damage happens if Bobby rolls well.
Don't count on that.
it's supposed to be, don't hold your breath.
Well, I mean, I roll 5d8 and see. I don't know how many hit points they have. I might not even be able to get them.
Yeah, 40. Sure.
What happens? You roll 5d8, and then if you roll
And any
totals more
creature
than
within
that.
100 feet of that point who has less than the hit points than I roll with 5d8.
Wait.
No, except that if
Read
you
the
roll,
actual text.
this is how it works.
Choose a point that you can
If-
see within 100 feet of you and roll 5d8. This total is how many hit points of living creatures this spell can affect.
Yeah. So you do one and then you subtract the hit
So,
points.
yeah, it starts with the lowest one. So each
Yeah.
creature affected must be within 20 feet of the point you choose. The spell ignores any creature that is unconscious. Starting with a creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by this spell falls unconscious for 1 minute until it takes damage, or until someone uses an action to shake or stop sleep or awake. Subtract the creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next lowest.
And what range is it? After a
So I
point?
choose a point, and it's 20 feet, so I can go like right here, and it's both of them.
It also gets Perrin and its creatures, and it doesn't say may, it says does fall asleep.
Oh, interesting.
so it also
It
affects.
does say
Aaron.
can affect.
But he doesn't know that I'm there.
It says
Total
can.
is how many hit points of living creatures this spell can affect.
Yeah, but then read lower. What does it say?
Each creature affected by this spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case,
Yeah, I mean, besides, if I go right here, he's not within 20.
yeah, he is.
These guys.
Says it's 5 each square.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's can, not
Yeah, and it
does.
says each creature to be affected must be within 20 feet. So,
Yeah, okay,
you can
Bob's
choose.
right. So you can choose. So if you want to roll and put one of them to sleep, it's possible.
I don't know how many hit points they have. Oh.
Well, you do. I mean, you know that they probably don't have more than 40 hit points.
Well, I'd have to roll all 8s to get
Right.
them.
That's what I'm saying. So
Assume
you
roll
have to
20.
probably, you almost definitely have a chance of hitting one of them. A chance of hitting one of them. It's not an impossible feat. Right now.
You probably have to roll slightly better than average to sleep one of them, based on our hit points.
I'd say whichever one looks bigger, target that one.
It starts with the lowest hit points.
Starts with the lowest.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
Or you safe sleep until we do some damage, and then you almost certainly get them at that point.
Oh, so it's not their max health, it's their existing health?
The lowest current hit points.
Yeah, which is also a good idea. You might want to do the
Soften them up a bit.
blast trick, and then try and sleep him.
What are you looking at?
Sometimes it means he's about to puke,
Don't puke on
but most times it doesn't.
Let's hope so. You can, like, watch him fall asleep. Zach is casting sleep on his dog. It takes 1 hit point. Chewie might have 2 hit points. He's a pretty big dog.
Oh, Julie.
Two hit points, Chew.
And his fur grants him a
That's true.
+1 AC.
He has partial cover with
Yeah.
all of his fur. You don't really know where he begins.
Except he's a little out of shape.
Yeah.
He is a little out of shape.
No, I don't.
Do you know, like,
do
No.
What's going on?
Okay. I'm just going to do... I'm just going to cast Magic Missile.
You're not going to do the wave on him and knock him over the chair?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to do Magic Missile on all 3 darts on this fucker right here.
You're going to do 3 magic missiles at once?
No, it's
No,
just
Magic
the
Missile does 3 darts.
Oh, that's right.
Wait. Yeah. Sick.
So 1d4 plus 2 force damage from each dart.
Interesting.
So...
So that's at least 6. As long as you hit him.
6 plus
Oh no,
You
you
got-
do hit him.
guaranteed hit.
Guaranteed hit.
3... 4... 8. So 10 14 damage. And that leaves as a spell.
Alright. You describe what you do.
I gather up energy, and in a poof, I make the flower like leap from me to cause like a weird distraction cloud, and from that cloud, I have 3 bolts just
Nice.
converge on this fucker right here.
Awesome.
Prob, the missiles slam into Prob, and he, you can hear one of his ribs break.
Wow.
Ew.
This is a audible bone snap.
Let me know. Does it bloody him? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 14 would.
He's like, ow, my ribs are broken!
Probably like.
But I'm not bloody!
Maybe.
But it hurt.
I'm going to estimate that it's going to take a lot of work to fix.
I'm gonna have to assume a lot
I'm gonna
of crooked
get you the quote on this one, but it's
Yeah.
gonna take
This job is costing you more and more, you guys.
Whose turn?
It is now Heron's turn.
Heron screams, "Oh my god, those are the coolest magic missiles I've ever seen in my life."
Is it in a high little girl voice?
Exactly.
Oh my god, this is the coolest magic missiles I've ever seen in my entire life!
And then does exactly the same thing.
Minus the flowers.
No, with the flowers.
Wholesome. No, it was.
There's flour.
Baking flour.
Oh, flower. Yes. Yeah.
Pull some flour out of your pocket and throw it in the air so you can do it.
3, 4, 3. 10 plus 6, 16.
To the same guy?
Same guy.
Okay, now he is
30
blind.
Oh, so 30 damage, damn.
That's why you bring wizards along.
Probably bring 2 wizards along.
he is not looking in good shape.
That is why.
He is beat
That's why we have a
crap
backup
up.
wizard.
He broke the ribs on his other side.
Now has at least 2 broken ribs.
He has at least 2 broken ribs.
All he can say is barbecue sauce.
Ow, my other ribs!
You want to move?
I've only got so many, guys.
Where do you want to move, yo?
I'd back up a couple spaces.
Mr. Bobby the
Oh yeah.
Like right here, maybe?
I can't see that.
Yeah.
That was my idea.
Or here.
Yeah, I like that. Put me in there. Wait, no. Back to the stairs. Yep. Good, thanks.
Alright, it is now Snag's turn.
Oh man, I rolled so
Snag. How did you wind up?
I rolled a 2.
He has the same as him, but he rolled a 2, and Snag rolled a full 5.
Snag watches Prob get beat the fuck up and pulls from his pocket a whistle.
Ruh-roh.
No.
He blows on the whistle.
And guards show up.
Guards show up.
He slits all their throats. Why did I do that?
What? I don't know.
I think it said darts, and I was like, they all attack.
Yeah.
They all
They all
attack
attack
My legacy.
Jackson.
That's my legacy power. I attack darts.
Right.
You guys listening to the podcast weren't there for that, but it was funny.
You should laugh
You
appropriately.
should laugh. It was really good.
I would call it a small to medium belly laugh.
Go ahead.
So if you have a
Oh, wait.
small to medium belly,
Then you should laugh.
Yeah.
Also slap your knee once.
Ha 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 ha.
Not twice.
Yeah.
Twice is too much.
That's too
If you slap your knee twice, remember to subtract one of those knee slaps from the next time it's funny.
He blows a whistle, and then he pulls out a exterminator, right?
Yeah.
He pulls out a gun with some type of spray stuff,
gross.
and he's going to turn towards Jackson and spray the spray stuff on it. Jackson, roll a. Nope, he's going to do an attack on you. Jackson, what's your AC?
13, because I didn't cast mage armor.
He does not hit you.
Oh, nice.
However,
It's kind of disadvantageous.
Karen.
Disadvantageous? What's the word?
Disadvantageous.
Disadvantageous to have 2 sneaky fighters and 2 wizards. Because the sneaky fighters just disappear at the beginning of battle, and the wizards get the shit kicked out of them while the
Yeah, I'm
sneaky
not
guys
supposed
are
to be
like,
a tank.
Karen, you hear an odd noise coming from down the hallway up the stairs. It appears to be
It's kind of like a galloping, but miniature.
Read Jumanji.
it's Jumanji. It sounds like screaming, and you turn your head and you see Duke Ellingsworth with his hands in the air, running across the top of the staircase, screaming, "Spiders!"
Spiders.
and running into the other parts of the house. Then you see a couple of very, very large spiders come down the stairs.
We might have tokens for those. Where's that box of goodies?
It's on the top there.
They rolled a 4 and a 5.
I'll find spiders. Okay. I like realism. Go for it.
I like.
In the realm of.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of stuff in there. Unfortunately, there's only like one of each thing.
There we go. There's a spider.
We did not
You want
calculate.
that spider?
No.
No. Why would you?
Why would you do this to
Why would you
us?
do this?
It's like bigger than the room. How about a shark? Would you accept a shark? Oh, look, a sphinx. It's a gyno sphinx.
A gynecologist?
Check the laser parts. Oops. Well, I just plucked that one out. So
That's a giant.
Kismet.
This is much bigger than this is.
Bigger than you're
giant
envisioning?
spider. It's a little big.
Believe it or not, you guys
Is
are
that a
not
nightmare?
fighting.
Where do you see it?
Phase spider.
Where? What are you looking at?
Nightmare.
Oh yeah, look at that. It actually is a nightmare. Ooh, here's a drider. That's kind of
You're
cool.
looking at all large spiders.
No. Where's little stuff?
On further, yeah.
Okay. Here
There
is
should be spiders somewhere in there, I
What's
think.
that?
No, there's not. There's just a group of spiders.
a very attractive Medusa chick. A night hag. A nymph. That's
His turn is over.
I remember you guys used.
10 out of 10 would turn to stone, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
It
you guys
is
had a
now
spider one already.
Scry's turn,
Cut out.
which is kind of useless. Scry's over spiders.
Wasn't there a spider one that you guys used once? Wait, what's that? Giant spider. Shit.
Kill
Knocked
Prob.
Broke everything.
I knocked out a violet, fungus, and a white. Okay. That's what she said.
Wait, the cutouts can go back in?
If you'd like.
That's nutty. Oops.
Well, it just kind of sit there, you know. They don't like reseal.
Giant.
What a Vargoyle.
We got a half
That
hour,
sounds
guys.
cool.
Do we? We do have a half hour.
Oh, man.
You should hurry up
Stands.
and run away because these guys are going to get healed.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Kill
Um,
that guy.
I'm going to try to sneak up to
Now, kill
Scab.
the other guy.
Scrag.
He's dead.
Snag.
Snag. I'm so good with this name for.
Scab. Scrag. Phil. Not Phil. Is it close?
I'm going to try to sneak up behind him. With a. Fuck my. God damn it.
I
I'm
don't know where your
13.
goddamn it is. I'm not interested in fucking it.
When he said "fuck my god,"
Damn it.
damn it.
Oh, I can do that. Is it? You've got a sexy sphinx as a god, right?
I don't know if it's sexy, but it is a Sphinx.
What did you get? A 10?
13.
A 13?
No.
No. That was a sneak.
That was your sneak.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
a sneak.
Yes, you sneak effectively.
Okay, great.
Oh.
So I want to sneak up behind
What that means is you can make an attack
With advantage.
with
with
advantage.
advantage, which I'm going to do.
If you miss the attack, as we saw with Ray,
I missed the attack.
then you can sneak away without incurring an attack opportunity.
Yeah, I'm going to attack. With advantage.
Man, you're not good at rolling.
No. My choices are a 1 crit fail or a fucking 4.
Oh yeah, because you get to roll twice.
Yeah.
Thank goodness you get to roll twice. You should crit fail. It'll be fun. Crit fail. Pull out the crit
Boy.
fail cards.
Nothing is worse than missing with a brand new weapon.
That's true.
You just haven't gotten the
I don't
feel
know.
for it yet.
Missing with
I did,
something
I tried
called
it in
the
the store.
ultimate weapon.
Store
Or-
has, you know.
The unmissable sword. If you miss with the unmissable sword,
So I'll be 8.
that'd be bad.
An 8.
You're using the 4?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not using the crit fail.
But we have this
But we
deck.
pulled out the cards.
I'm not going to crit fail.
You know what? You crit fail anyway. The gods of this world have determined. No, I'm just kidding. You get an 8?
An 8.
Okay.
You do not.
Crit
that's-
fail.
Yeah, I
Sneak.
didn't
You
try.
stumbled.
So, roll again
This enters his
for sneak.
To sneak.
Yeah.
No, his roll counts for the
He
whole
knows
thing.
where
Huh?
they are.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna stay
You
put,
wanna?
and
Because he has never
so I
known
will
in his life.
try to like. I'm gonna try to have like unsheath my sword slash move, but I kind of fuck it up. But it's quiet enough that he doesn't hear it.
Gotcha.
And I kind of just go, son of a. And then I'm going to also mutter a word of power. I'm going to bless us all. So everyone gets a excuse me. Oh, 20-foot radius. So it looks like I can hit everyone but Perrin,
And this
right? And the spider. Those creatures gain +1 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Nice. So the two of
1
you.
minute. And I gotta pee again. You don't rent beer. Or wait, shut up. You don't rent beer, you take a outstanding loan towards the price of the full beer. At which time it is paid in full.
I don't
I'm
even
not sure
know
that
what you're
didn't
worried
make
about.
sense.
Right.
All right, it is Ray's turn now.
Okay, I'm assuming the spiders have spider senses and know I'm there.
Spidey sense.
Spiders can't see for shit. They can't smell. They know
They
things
don't
are
have
there from
tremor
their
sense. You
webs.
haven't moved. The spiders. You were hiding before. The spiders don't know you're there yet. But if you want them to not know you're there continuously, then you have to roll a sneak check.
Well, I'm going to try to deal with this guy. Ooh, not well, that guy.
Okay. You do
And-
not have a distance weapon, correct?
I do not. Oh, I have throwing knives, but no, I do not. So I'm going to try to sneak back up and attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a sneak check.
Great.
I wonder if Duke
Roll a
Ellingsworth was
14.
in here while I'm fighting this battle, it would look really weird to him.
I add
Yeah.
a 4.
Like suddenly
And I
none
add-
of this will come out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
I'm just like, yeah, doing this shit.
He would probably think that Perrin is super impressive.
Yeah, that's true. Two wizards.
21.
You're
That's-
like 2 wizards.
That's what he's gonna think.
21.
21
You
sneak
hit?
attack.
No, that wasn't a hit.
It was a sneak attack.
No sneak attack.
Sneak
Or
back
sneak. That was the sneak. Yes.
You sneak!
The spiders don't see you moving, and he doesn't either.
Great. And I'd like to pull out my. Well, I have them out, but try to slice him.
You have advantage. You want to undo advantage again? Take disadvantage to
No,
The
this
sneak
time.
attack?
not this time.
That's fine. I
Okay.
just want to do the 2, the 1, 2.
Great. So advantage means
I get to roll it twice.
Uh-huh.
So do I roll it 4 times?
you
You
get
roll-
to roll it twice now.
What? Twice for each weapon.
Twice
Yeah.
for each roll.
Yeah.
So first
You
roll
have
is an
advantage
18.
on both attacks because
Yeah.
they happen at the same time.
First roll is a 23. Second roll is a 8. I'll take the 23.
Alright, you hit.
I hit on that one. You want me to do them separately?
Do the second attack and then do your
Yeah.
First one is a 11. Second one is a 22.
Alright, you hit the second
I
attack.
did that one.
Roll damage.
Roll
No
damage.
damage. No sneak attack damage.
No sneak. Okay, but the first one is 1d4 plus 4. So 7, and the second one is 1d4. So what?
Do you automatically get your highest hit on those?
It's 1d4 plus 4.
Oh, 1d4 plus 4. I see. Gotcha.
So I got a 7 on the first attack and a 1 on the second attack.
Oh.
Describe how you do it.
I sneak up, and he is he's now focused on
Just for him
um,
and me.
Console my pain.
the dinosaur. And he turns around and he's looking at him, and I
Are there? He's sponged right now.
What?
I didn't even think about that.
It wasn't before.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, you extra hit him. Go
I
ahead.
actually hit him, and I tumble across the doorway sneakily, and take my 2 daggers and essentially wrap them around him and
Ooh.
divide and conquer
Hard hug.
right across his chest.
It puts 2 big gashes in his chest. He screams out in pain.
He knows you're there.
He knows you're there now.
Yes,
The spiders
hears you.
also know you're there.
I assume.
Prob may or may not know you're there. He seems to care more about the ribs poking out of his chest at this point.
The broken ones? Or was that the other guy?
Broken ones. That's Prob.
Oh, they said Bob.
It is now Prob's turn. Prob takes a bite of guacamole.
Prob is not in good shape. He's going to move and attempt to hit Jackson. Jackson, what's your AC?
13.
Hit it.
No.
Take 6 damage.
Ooh.
Shit, son.
Although I just hit one guy for 7, so.
I hit someone for 14.
Yeah, it was not 14 damage.
He has a lot more hit points than you do.
Okay, guys.
But
I
it
don't
does,
know why.
does less damage.
He's a plumber, that's why.
Yeah.
They're
Fucking
fucking those guys.
Mario takes 2 hits, man.
Dude, look at how big he is.
Mario has a lot of life.
I didn't even put together that we were having plumbers play in Luigi Mansion.
I didn't put that together either.
That's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
That was totally accidental. Alright, let's continue pretending that we did that on purpose.
Next person.
Next is Jackson, the man himself.
Chewie, you dumb.
I'm sorry.
Fetches Jawas.
Alright, someone eat the last of that.
Me!
Alright, there you go.
Yay!
But I'm gonna lick the spoon.
No, Chewie, you can't have any guacamole. It's one of the things on the list the dogs aren't allowed to have.
Really?
Yeah, avocado.
I knew onions was something they couldn't have.
Interesting.
And like grapes. There's a handful of weird fruits.
Yeah, it's
They
very
can't have.
strange. Also, there's a sugar substitute called.
I was shocking grass for this guy.
Stevia?
No, it's the other one, the one that they put in like.
Blend
So
mints and
he has
stuff.
to
Oh,
succeed on a
xylitol.
dexterity saving
Xylitol.
throw
Mm-hmm.
before he takes 1d8 lightning
Really?
damage
Small,
and he can't
tiny
take
amounts.
reactions until his next
Interesting.
turn. And I have save DC of 15.
Is that shocking grasp that you just did?
Yeah.
Is that the one that blows him backward?
He barely does not succeed. He
My-
almost succeeds.
Lily's sister's boyfriend is allergic to extra virgin olive oil, but not regular olive oil.
How do you find
Isn't that weird?
It only
So he
receives-
takes
Isn't
3
that
damage
super
and
crazy?
can't take reactions until his third or
What
and
about
can't
the-
take reactions until its next turn.
He's dead.
Woo woo! No reactions ever.
Describe how you do it.
What I do is I was pretty happy with the whole like double-sided magic missile thing, and then he had the audacity to turn my way and attack me. So I decided to bring it close, and I stepped right up, and I took my hand and I put it right in those broken ribs, and I said something nasty. No, I didn't say anything. Anyway, yeah. So I reached for the broken ribs.
And then my hands do.
I grabbed one of the protruding ribs and I just like
Nice.
gathered up a storm of lightning and shot the fuck out of him.
That's a fuck got shot out of him.
Brutal.
He has no more fuck in him. It is all shocked
Yes.
out.
Yeah, I thought these guys were crooks, but I didn't think they were, They were funny.
I like my ribs charred.
They're also murderers.
Well, now
They are murderers. I envision that
I wouldn't have killed them if they hadn't killed the guard.
Prob
Alleged
Probably-
murderers, Bobby.
cut
Alleged.
the
You should
guard's
know this
throat
by now.
because before that, it was just Snag who had sort of run us wrong, and Prob was just sort of a bystander. So I feel like the only way to really get Prob on the nefarious side is if he is the one that split the guard's throat.
He was.
Okay.
He was.
Does that make you feel better?
It does a little bit, because otherwise it feels like we're like fighting like really evil contractor guy and his innocent brother. This way is like, oh, they're both bastards. They're going down.
Anyway, so I'm good.
Sweet.
He's sort of like the Jokar Sarnaev of the planet.
That's right.
Sure.
That's right.
Topical.
Very topical. What an explosive topic.
Whose turn?
Sorry, that joke bombed.
Wah, wah.
Come on, I was better than that.
It's Perrin's turn. Do you have
It is
Thunderwave?
Perrin's turn. Perrin, do you have underwear? Is that what you asked?
Do you have Thunderwave?
Thunderwave.
You can totally hit these two guys. Or if you got the Fire Wave. One of the wave spells.
Yeah, if you don't have one of the
neither-
wave
I have
spells,
neither
you're
of
pretty
those.
fucked right now.
Do you know how to do the wave?
I can do the worm.
Good enough.
The spiders pounce on you, they're very hungry.
Don't show me your worm.
Unless you're a bottle of tequila.
You pull out your worm and the spiders say, dude, no homo, and walk away.
Dude, no. Spiders are bro dudes.
Bro dudes.
Then they just beat you up.
Bro
wouldn't they?
spiders.
Bro dudes are super homophobic.
Yeah, it's because they have 8 arms to flex.
Yeah.
Alright. Perrin puts his hands together.
Whoa.
Pushes his hands outwards, and a huge wave of fire.
Fire Wave.
It's burning hands.
Very nice.
And a 15-foot cone.
Alright.
Assume we'll just hit the wall. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
Against,
Dexterity saving throw. That's all it
What's the
is.
DC?
What's your save DC?
What?
It's by your spell notes. Your save DC?
Where do I get that from?
On your character sheet,
the
right next
spell should say how you build it.
to spell notes, it should say save DC. But
I forget what it is.
I think we wrote it.
I think it's your intelligence modifier plus your spellcraft.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Your spell casting bonus.
That'd be a grand total of 2.
no.
Plus 10.
Plus 10, so 12.
12.
I'm 15.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, remember?
Warden?
I have no intelligence.
Oh.
Because remember, he's not
Um,
an awesome wizard. He is trying to be a wizard.
they both fail their saves.
Oh,
They
nice.
still take damage.
No, they
They
fail
fail
their
their
saves.
saves.
Oh.
They weren't
They
able to
both
get out of
roll
it.
Awesome.
terribly, actually.
They're spiders.
So when it says in this one, each takes 3d8 fire damage, do I do that once or do I do it twice?
Roll
You do
that
it-
once.
You do it once for both of them.
2, 5, 7,
Ooh, nice.
14.
You're one off from odds there.
From Oz?
3, 6, 9?
Well,
No.
2, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
7, 13. Thanks for going there with me.
2, 5, 7 is still all primes.
That's true.
That's 2 spells.
Alright, the spiders are looking badly, badly injured.
Burned even.
I guess I'll stay there. I do a little Irish jig dance.
That incurs an attack of opportunity. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like a fire dance you did.
They're mesmerized.
And also badly burned.
It is Snag's turn.
I'm not dead. I'm just badly burned.
I'm getting better.
You shot me.
It is Snag's turn.
Snag's turn. Oh, I'm sorry.
You play Snag. I can play him if you want.
Snag is going to. Is not looking into. That's not a good situation that Snag has gotten himself into. He's in a bit of a snag. Snag is going to pull out a.
Pull out method doesn't work.
He's going to move 5 feet. No, he's going to stand here. He's going to pull out a bug bomb and throw it on the ground. Roll. Who's standing right next to him?
Me.
Roll.
Two
The
of
two
them,
of you roll reflex saving throw. Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving.
Anyone want the last cookie?
Can I add?
I'll take it if you
tumble?
don't want it.
Yes.
Or nothing I can really.
No, I guess you don't actually get to
Wow,
add skills to
nice.
saving throws.
Oh,
Yeah, no, you don't.
sorry, 18.
I got 19.
They bug bombed.
Yeah, I did.
Both of you take 2 damage,
Alright.
which is the half damage on the attack.
We get +1 to saving throws, so I'm sorry, 19.
You both succeeded on the saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're taking the half damage because you succeeded. And he's going to take a 5-foot step. He was planning on the bug bomb was supposed to cover his escape, but it did not. You managed to get out of the way enough of the bug bomb that you were totally able to see him back up 5 feet, and he does not run away.
Run away! Oh, just kidding.
That's all I got.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It is now the spider's turn, I'm guessing, because he called them.
Yeah. Almost out of time.
Yeah.
Maybe the spiders have enough health, but their legs got burned off. They can't move.
That's not how I was thinking.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah, good idea.
the door bursts open again, and you hear, Perrin, you hear a familiar voice shout, Snag and Prob, you are under arrest.
I got Rob.
The spiders scurry away. They sing that song as they scurry.
Coming into the room, you see the lieutenant that Perrin had talked to, although none of you recognized him. 2 extra guards, and judging by the badge that he has, you guess who you guess to be the captain of the guard. They sort of survey the room, and the captain says, "Everybody is under arrest."
Ooh.
Oh.
On what charge?
Murder.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says. Except Perrin says it, and the guard's like, yeah,
That one.
that one.
That was not an admission of guilt.
I heard it. Did you hear it? Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, okay, murder it is.
Should we leave it there?
Yeah, let's leave there.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there.
The end
The end.
of the campaign.
Forever.
I'm so mad at my.
We're disbanding
double
this
miss.
D&D group.
It was nice to know you guys.
That was so frustrating.
What?
I have advantage. What am I gonna
Good
roll?
luck
A
with
1 and a 4.
Thing.
Oh, Bobby. Yeah, Bobby, work on that memo now.
I got like 2 pages done during this.
Nice. That leaves only like 4 to 6 pages left.
Probably like 2 or 3 more.
Nice.
Maybe 3 or 4.
Oh, the dice bag you put over there somewhere.
Why did I do that?
I don't know. You cleaned this off with it and then you put it somewhere. It won't go in that one though because it doesn't see as well. All right, we're ending the broadcast. Goodbye, everybody. See you next
See
week.
you next week.
Bye.